Here we go, a chance over to the near side. We're going to have to replay the torn. Down low to the near side they go, battling for possession. Zaka in the offensive end, going to be over there to Middlestad, over to Zaka. Zaka, he shoots, he scores! That's a trick! Didn't have to go, face off. And the gloves drop immediately. We got a fight breaking out here. Kostelic giving some punches up against Sam Carrick. They're right at the center ice. Going to be a big shot and a big win by Mark Kostelic as he gets ripped down by Carrick after the fight. That's going to be an added penalty. That's going to be a game misconduct, I think, for Carrick. And the Devils are going to clear that zone over to the near side. Here it comes. He's sure on a chance. A shot. Denied. Rebound shot. What a save by Carter Hart. Waiting for it is, I believe it's going to be, it's not going to be Marner in front of the net. Here comes a chance. A shot. He scores! This is going to be Paul Cotter on the first shootout. Taking it in towards the net. Going to make a shot. Deflected by Carter Hart. Jesper Bratt moving in. He takes a shot. He scores! Jesper Bratt gets the first goal of the shootout. The Devils have a 1-0 advantage. Here we go. Mark Stone. No attempts this season on the shootout. Here's his first. Moving into the near side, over to the far. He shoots, and it's gloved by Jake Allen. Mitch Marner, ready to go. Taking it in from the near side. Working around with speed to the far. He goes, and he scores! Oh, no. Did he double shoot it? Yeah, it's correct. Gloves immediately coming off. We got a fight right here at the beginning. Who is that? Zadorov and number 47, that's Struble, going at it right at the opening whistle. And here we go. Zadorov laying a couple of fists. And it's going to be back against the boards on the near side. A couple fists going either direction. Still clinging on to each other over on the far side. Now they're all the way back into the Bruins offensive end. Still on their feet. Still laying punches. Helmet comes off of Struble. And still laying some punches to Zadorov. And now Struble trying to get back in this fight. But Zadorov is absolutely dominating it. And they break it up on the boards. Up to the top of the zone. Over to Mantha. Intercepted. And here comes a breakaway chance for the Flames. He shoots. He scores. Connor Zary getting the first goal of the game on a breakaway after an interception. There's the goal horn. There it is. I was wondering when that was going to proc. But yeah, going to take the draw and going to be won by the Pens. That's going to be Kindle. Up to the near side to Shea. Shea working down low. Going to try and take it behind the net. Trying to create some room. Over to the far side, to the top of the zone, over to St. Ivan. He sends a shot, deflected. Oh, I thought that was in the net. It went over to the far side. Battling down low in front of chance. A shot, and he's gone!
He will not be denied twice. He will not be denied twice.
Billy Quinn, let's freaking go. That's how you do it, my boy. Passing back over to Novak. Novak taking it around over to the far side. Going to try and connect with Chinikov if he can. But here we go. Oh, boy! Here we go. Over to the near side. Carlson passing across. A chance. A shot! And he's done! Let's win! Let's freaking go, baby! Send the kid!
Took it on his...
Send the kid!
Took it on his shoulder and said, let me just clear this one.
That is how you do it. Send the kid clearing the Penguins bench. Let's let that horn sing, baby. That is how you do it. The Pens pulling a comeback win off and not blowing it. That is how you freaking do it. That is how the Pittsburgh Mother Loving Penguins do it. If they keep playing like this, we'll be covering Penguins hockey late into the summer. Let's go. The Pittsburgh Penguins getting a big overtime goal. Ready to roll. Face off in the Pens offensive end. Going to be taken back by the Red Wings. Sider along the far side boards. Up through the far side. Battling into the neutral zone. Taken back by the Pens to the near side. Here comes Crosby. Looking to pass it across. He's a chance. A shot. He's gone! Brian Ross! Front of the net, working with that puck, clearing it out at Kindle. A chance, a breakaway. He shoots. He scores! Igor Chinikov getting his first goal as a Penguin. Let's go, baby! 2-0 Penguins. Woo! Let's go! That is how you freaking do it. How's it going, everybody? I am Jason of JasonsRealm here today, bringing you live play-by-play coverage and reactions to the Pittsburgh Penguins taking on the Utah Mammoth. A huge, big, pivotal game in the playoff race for both conferences, really. And for the Western Conference, for the wild card race, the Mammoth are in it by 6 points, but the Sharks are right on their tail with 3 games in pocket, on top of other teams that are also in the race trying to catch back up. Meanwhile, for the Penguins, this is the big one. They have been struggling as of late. Can they get a big win on the road when they need it most? Because keep in mind, right now, they're tied with the Islanders right now, and last I checked, the Islanders were absolutely dominating their game. Let me double check here. Let's double check the scoreboard real quick to see where we sit, because we're going to do a little bit of scoreboard watching here. So currently, ooh, the Lightning tied up with the Canes. And yes, the Isles up 3-1 over the Flames in the third period. Blue Jackets tied with the Flyers. Let's go Flyers, baby. Because the Blue Jackets are also breathing down the Penguins' throat. Only 2 points behind them as well. So a big game in the standings race for both conferences, especially the Eastern Conference, especially the Metro Division. Because getting in via a type of wild card spot is going to be a near impossibility for any Metro team right now. The way Boston has been playing, even getting the win in a shootout today over Washington, and the way that, you know, Detroit, yeah, they're starting to struggle, but they have gained too many points, I think, for it to really be a concern for them. So ultimately, it's a huge game. Every game from here on out for the Penguins is effectively a playoff game. So we'll see what they got in store here today. The Penguins busting out players like Elmer Soderblom, Ilya Solovyov, Avery Hayes, Igor Chinikov, Ville Koivunen. So taking a look real quick at our projected top 5 for the Penguins. You got left wing Igor Chinikov, number 59. On the right wing, number 17, Brian Rust. And it's center, number 67, Ricard Raquel. With your top D pair being number 28, Parker Wotherspoon, and number 65, Eric Carlson. Other Penguins lines include your second line, number 39, Anthony Mantha, 18, Tommy Novak, and 41, Ville Koivunen. Third line, number 25, Elmer Soderblom, 81, Ben Kindle, and 85, Avery Hayes. And then that eternal fourth line, 19, Dewar, 46, Lazat, 55, Achari. That line has been together for months, and they have been playing well. That has been one of the big bright spots on the Penguins team, is that fourth line. They have been able to generate more points than your typical fourth line, and it has come in clutch for the Penguins. That fourth line, I want to see them step up tonight. I want to see them rise to the occasion. The Penguins had not been playing well. They barely got a point against Carolina. They didn't deserve to even get a single point in that game. And then they go and drop a goose egg in Vegas in the third period the other day. So a huge key to the game for me, I think, is going to be, is that fourth line, the line that's been together practically all season, are they going to step up and take ownership of the game when they're on the ice? Welcome in, Sports Predictor. But yeah, that's my key, is I want to see what that fourth line can do. On top of that, obviously, you're looking at Soderblom. Is he still sitting in and settling in well with the Penguins? Ville Koivunen is really in a big spot as well. He is essentially playing for his NHL career at this point, so he needs to keep playing well himself. Taking a look at our goalie matchup, it is going to be Karel Vejmelka going up against Stuart Skinner at opposing ends here. 52nd start this year, or this season, for Karel Vejmelka. He's making that tonight. That is most in the NHL. But here we go. Taking a look at Dan Muse, second in the Metro Division in his first season as a head coach. .608 percentage here. Looking against across the other bench is Andre Torigny. And here we go. The Penguins winning the opening draw to the near side. Parker Wotherspoon trying to move it up through center. Into the offensive end they go to the near corner. Down low, Raquel doing a nice check along that far side. Getting in there is going to be Mackenzie Weegar to the far side. The Mammoth trying to clear it out along the near side with possession. Punching it to the offensive end. Parker Wotherspoon coming away with it. Wing to wing pass, and up the far side they go. Trying to center pass, intercepted by Barrett Hayton. And over to the near side, and Mammoth clear the zone, chasing into the near corner. The Sports Predictor's present business picks up. Yes, sir. So here we go to the near side. The Mammoth within the neutral zone, wing to wing, over by the Penguins bench, punching it into the offensive zone. Intercepted by Ricard Raquel. Wing to wing again to the far side and back across to the near. Trying to hit Dewar. Could not fully connect. Back up through center ice they go into the offensive end for the Mammoth. Loose puck taken back by the Penguins. Clearing the zone. Giving chase back. John Marino in the neutral zone. Back in his own end. Ville Koivunen up there. No, sorry. It's Blake Lizotte. Playing some very good aggressive press. And over wing to the far side, backing across to the near, able to connect, moving it up through center as Clayton Keller into the offensive end. Now to Nick Schmaltz, he ends up passing it back into the neutral zone, trying to create some room. Wing to wing in the defensive end, and back up through center they go. Moving it towards the offensive end. Thank you, Dad. And gonna go over to the far corner. Moving it out the other way, the Penguins clearing the zone, but the Mammoth getting it back with Ian Cole. Over to the near side, trying to punch it up, taken back by Pittsburgh. Doing a nice job at holding the line, not letting the Mammoth penetrate the zone, really. They're forcing the Mammoth to do dump and chase, and that's what the Penguins are picking that puck back on. They're taking it back on the dump and chase. And the Mammoth got to find a way to penetrate the zone. Here comes a chance. Tommy Novak, but he beats out the icing, but could not get it in front of the net. Tommy Novak being held up there by Ian Cole up on the boards. Over to the far side, down low into that far corner. What a chance for the Penguins. If they would have just gotten there a hair sooner. If Novak would have been there just a hair sooner. Bro, these are like the Olive Garden, like chocolate mints, bro. We went to Olive Garden and I ended up having to leave early, so I didn't get any of these. So here we go. Sergachev back in behind the net to the far side. Trying to clear the zone. Pens keeping it in for now. For the Mammoth, wing to wing. Moving it through center. Dumping it into the offensive end of the near side. And up to the top of the zone to the point. Down low. Loose into the near corner. Big check dished out there by going to be Kyler Yamamoto. Along the near side boards, now it's Ben Kindle moving that puck out of the neutral zone. A big stretch pass to the near side, and a Soderblom pass deflected. Vejmelka's on his back, and the puck gets cleared all the way out the other way with speed. Here come the Mammoth, 4-on-4 into the zone. Loose puck on the pass from John Marino. Over to the near side. The fans aren't happy; they're on their feet right now. Over to the near side, trying to move it across. The Mammoth maintaining zone presence. Around the side is Barrett Hayton on the near side, trying to find somewhere, passing it down low. Able to connect with Michael Carcone over to the far side boards. And a pass again, a shot, and it's going to be frozen up by Stu! And a fight breaking out there. Avery Hayes, the mother fighter himself, getting involved there with Michael Carcone after his collision with Karel Vejmelka. Man, that was a crazy series of events. A beautiful chance, Soderblom not able to shoot it. Avery Hayes ends up colliding into Karel Vejmelka because Vejmelka came out of his crease and into the path. Karel Vejmelka got into the path of Avery Hayes. What do you want him to do? He couldn't stop. Yeah, you don't like the hit, but like, come on. So here we go, looking at Karel Vejmelka after that. Avery Hayes back on the bench. So we got a far side face-off here out of the Pens defensive end, ready to roll. Oh, you're about to say, nah, bruh. So here we go. Far side face-off. And it's going to be Ricard Raquel taking the draw up against, I believe that's Jack McBain. Face-off won by McBain, top of the zone, sending it along the far side board to the top of the circle. Down low shot, loose to the near side, and the Pens are going to try and clear the zone. They will. Here comes your foot race. Over to the near side, no icing. Schmidt going to play it to the near side to Mackenzie Weegar. Trying to play it out of the zone, they do. Over there to Barrett Hayton into the offensive end. Punch right back out by the Penguins. Up over to the near side. The Penguins with it, Ryan Shea. Trying to get up through center here. And into the offensive end towards the near side, passing back to Russ. Back down low behind the net, over to Raquel, up to the point, keeping it into Russ. Over to Raquel. Raquel with some puck control issues. Shot from the corner, not going to go. Over to the near side, loose in front. The Pens get it back. Brian Rust. Over to the near side, not able to go. Taken back out by the Mammoth. Over to the near side boards. And working with it now, Ryan Shea into the corner, sending it around. Chris Letang trying to get there as well. Ultimately, it's going to be Blake Lizotte getting to it. And the Pens punching it up through center into the offensive end. Behind the net of Vejmelka now. Over to the near side. Trying to battle for that puck down low. Oh, no, that's not our goal horn. So here we go through center to the far side, into the offensive end on the pass towards the near corner, down low. Trying to get there is Sean Dursey, passing across to the far side. Into that corner is Nick Schmaltz. Up towards the top of the zone, puck comes loose. And gonna get punched out by the Penguins, but back into the offensive end. Here comes your chance. He shoots, he scores! Dylan Gunther gonna make it a 1-0 Mammoth game here in this one. That's not the way you want to start this one here. Dan Muse looking at the board, looking at the video, seeing what they can learn from it. No goal player uses stick to knock the goal. Oh my gosh, no, that was a goal. He just caught Stuart Skinner sleeping. He caught him sleeping right on. He found his shot. He picked his shot. He took his shot, sneaking it right past on the short side of Stu. Somehow sneaking it. I think he snuck it between the glove and the blocker. Yeah, it was like just outside of the glove. Stu thought it was going to be close to him. He thought he had that room to the far side, but he did not. So here we go. Face off along the near side now. Going to be punched into the Penguins offensive end behind Vejmelka. Over to the near side. Pittsburgh coming away with it. Ville Koivunen passing down low. Shot denied. Now over behind the net again. The Mammoth trying to clear it out. Over to the near side, top of the zone, intercepted. Ville Koivunen with the puck. He shoots. He's wide. Over to the near side, Mantha. Down to Novak. Novak to the top of the zone, kept in there by Carlson. Carlson looking to find some help. He has to take it into the neutral zone, wing to wing. Over to Parker Wotherspoon. Over to Carlson, who fumbles it. Oh, that's a dangerous area. Parker Wotherspoon getting it back. Over to the near side, along the boards. Big check there. Mantha trying to maintain possession, and it goes back to Utah. Shot and a nice save by Stuart Skinner, and everybody is fighting. Mantha getting in there with Kerfoot, Novak in there as well. Everybody grab your partner, swing them round and round. It's time for a good old Southern hoedown. Scooped up by the Mammoth for a touchdown. And Mantha really having a lot of words to say after that one. Man, he had a lot of words. He's being pulled away by the refs, and he's still screaming. Is he getting penalized? Where's the penalty? What actually led to that? Let me take a look here. So you see the save. Koivunen's in there big time. And Mantha just had a problem with Mikhail Sergachev. What was it? What are you doing, Mantha? You weren't in that fight. So he's going to get an instigator, isn't he? Anthony Mantha going to get 2 minutes for instigation. Oh no, it's cross-checking. But still, Mantha gets 2 minutes. So the game's first power play is going to the Utah Mammoth. The Penguins going to be on the penalty kill. Oh man. Oh Mantha. Oh my gosh. Bro, the big man Mantha going to the sin bin. 2 for cross-checking. That's unfortunate. Dan Muse he's not happy about it. He is not happy about it at all. He wants an explanation. He's not going to get much of one. So Ryan Shea trying to clear the zone, working with it along the near side boards, punching it into the offensive end behind the net of Vejmelka. The Mammoth working with that puck out of the defensive end. Over to the near side, passing it back. And up through center they go to the near side, into the offensive end. Gunther trying to pass it down low for the Mammoth, into the corner, wrapping it around the near side, off of Clayton Keller, over to the far side. Near side shot, denied, over to the far side. Back up to the point, Sergachev, down to the near side too. That's going to be Keller, back up to the point, Sergachev again. Shot, wide, tipped in. How do you stop that? No goal. How did it happen? The Mammoths swear they got a goal. How did that not go in? I am honestly just amazed by the fact that was not a goal. Like, how was that not a goal? They're celebrating like it was a goal. The Mammoth, Barrett Hayton. I want to see that replay because I would have sworn it went in. There it is. There's the horn. Work around from the point, goes wide. Oh my
my gosh! Oh, it got kicked in! It got kicked in! Hold on! That didn't cross the red line! Goes off a Stu. Still hasn't crossed. Still hasn't crossed. I think it went in off the blade of a skate. That's no goal. Mew should challenge that. It went off a skate. Bro, it went off a skate. It went off his skate. That's no goal. You can't kick it into the net. This ain't soccer. Hayden kicked it in. Hold on. It was punched in. Yeah, no, it was kicked in by Dylan Gunther. Dylan Gunther kicked it in. It does not cross the goal plane there. It is not crossed, kept out by Clifton, and then kicked in by Gunther. You can't not kick the puck into the net. Mew should challenge that. Mew should be using his challenge. Yeah, good. Good. Let's go. Let's freaking go, Dan. Let's go. You know to challenge it. Come on. Pittsburgh is challenging the ruling on the ice of a goal. Say it. Say it. Come on. Pittsburgh is challenging the ruling on the ice of a goal. Come on. Challenge it, Dan. He's talking with the coaches. He's confused. The ref's talking with Utah's bench. I think we smell a challenge. Here we go. Let's see. We're waiting on it here. I mean, because that was not a goal. You can't kick it. Is he not challenging? Dan! 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 He kicked it in! He kicked it in! They're not challenging it! What are you doing, Dan Muse? You don't challenge when you're supposed to challenge. And you challenge things, then you lose them. Son of a gun, that sucks. That was not a goal. So, Utah ices the puck here, 13:04 to go in the first. I mean, I think it was clear and obvious that it was kicked in by Dylan Gunther. I think it was quite obvious that he kicked it in. He's sliding into the net, and it comes off his skate blade, and that's what sends the puck fully across the red line. You can't kick it into the net like that. Simple fact of the matter. So far side circle draw, the Pens got to get that back like ASAP. They got to get back like yesterday. So along the near side boards, being kept into the offensive end along the near side, down low Raquel, passing across to the far side, kept in by the Penguins, down low, trying to hit Russ, couldn't connect. Getting it back in front to Russ, not able to punch it in. Russ over now to the near side, circling around, down low. Coughing it up over to John Marino, and here come the Mammoth to the far side. Son of a gun. So they cleared up through center. The Pens trying to keep it in. They're trying to keep it out of the zone here. And they will for now. And that puck is icing. Son of a gun. I am like genuinely unhappy with this. I am genuinely unhappy with that. It should be a 1-goal game, not a 2-goal game. But you gotta be better than a bad call and a coach who doesn't challenge a bad call. I mean, to a point, I get it. To a point, I get the no challenge because you don't want to dig yourself a hole of 3-0, assuming that they don't overturn it, because they have not overturned your challenges this year that much. So, I get that concern element of it, but like, oh my gosh. JJ Peterka over to the near side, top of the zone. Gunther down low again. And taken out by the Pens, wing to wing, over to Chinikov, over to the top of the zone, cross, could not connect to Koivunen. And coming out of the zone to the near side, here come the Mammoth. Into the offensive end they go with speed, shot denied. Over to the near side, along the boards, to the top of the zone, taken out by the Penguins, wing to wing. From Raquel over to the far side, sending it back in behind Pamelka. Tommy Novak trying to get home, but Sean Dursey able to fend him off. Up to the top of the zone, shot denied. Over to the near side, driving it in. Here comes your chance. Off of Eric Carlson, back to the point. Over to Witherspoon, far side, shot and denied. Over to the top of the zone, kept in by Anthony Mantha, pass intercepted. Moving it out the other way is Logan Cooley, passing a breakaway chance. Nice job by Mantha to use that stick in a safe, clean way. And back in behind the net, Mantha's going to be able to move it to the near side to Tommy Novak. Trying to clear it out the other way, back on him behind the net. The Pens to the near side, back across to the far side on a pass. Moving it into the neutral zone, over to the far side to the offensive end. Losing control of it over to the near side, taken back out by the Mammoth. Up through center into the offensive end. Back in behind the net is Stu. Playing it around to the near side. Kept in at the top of the zone. Sending it around. Pass intercepted. Taken out by the Penguins. This is going to be Elmer Soderblom. Elmer's glue himself. And Elmer's glue coughs up the puck. Over to the far side, the Mammoth, 3-on-4 into the zone, down low to the far side, wrapping it around to the near, trying to connect along the top of the zone. He does. Wing to wing from John Marino. Shot gets deflected over to the far side. Maintaining possession, Hayton over to the near side, and towards the near side boards, down low into the corner. Connor Clifton battling among others, and here come the Penguins. Elmer's glue Soderblom over to the far side, and it's taken back by the Mammoth to the near corner. Along the boards, passing it down low, getting in there big time. Nice job by Lizotte to do a nice body check there to disrupt the puck carrier. But here come the Mammoth into the offensive end to the far side, and passing it around to the point. Shot denied, and over to the far side. Bodies colliding, and over to the near side. The Penguins taking it back over to the far is Chris Letang. Passing it up into the center ice area, and it's loose in front of the Penguins bench. Blake Lizotte trying to get there, sending it up into the offensive end behind the net of Karel Vejmelka. Moving it around the near side, here comes Sean Dursey with that puck. Into the offensive end, he dumps to the corner. Playing it around is going to be off Vachari to the near side boards, kicking it up, but still in the zone, top of the zone, sending it down low. Maintaining that possession into the corner, going to be off the stick of Alexander Kerfoot. Over to the far side, the Mammoth from the point, cycling to the far side, taking it towards the net, shot denied. The Penguins trying to clear the zone, they will. Here comes your foot race, but can't get there is Brian Rust. Over to the near side now, the Mammoth clearing it out. Oh, they dump it into the offensive end behind Stu, but man, this Penguins team really needs to find some sort of a groove here. So we'll see what they can do. Moving it up now is going to be off the stick of Carlson to the near side. Mantha up through center ice to the offensive end, and a chance for Ville Koivunen. It's sent out to the far side. Nice chance though by Ville. And that puck is going to be maintained in the offensive end by the Penguins. Tommy Novak over to the far side, along the boards, to the point, centering, shot, and gloved by Karel Vejmelka. Of course it is. Of course it's gloved. Wow. That is unfortunate, to say the least. Oh, man. Ville Koivunen, a beautiful shot denied by Karel Vejmelka. They're stepping away for a commercial break at 8:27 to go here in the first. I still think the Penguins got screwed. I still think it should be 1-0, but Dan Muse didn't want to challenge it, so kind of the Penguins' fault for not challenging that. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah. We'll see what the Penguins have in store here. Oh boy. But we'll see. We will see. Gonna look real quick on X, seeing if there's any other news or newsworthy things. Oh boy. We shall see. Man. around the rest of the NHL, let's take a look real quick at the scoreboard. Out of town scores here. The Flames making it a 1-goal game, 3-2 Islanders with 3:53 to go in regulation. At the end of 2, the Blue Jackets tied with the Flyers at 1 apiece as well. The Hurricanes reclaiming their lead 4-2. The Sharks up on the Canadiens 3-2 there. Apart from that, Stars up 2-0 on the Red Wings. And that's about it. Oh my gosh, the Jets beat the Avalanche. Son of a gun, Colorado. That was the one game I didn't want you to lose. But we'll see. Taking a look at Hillary Knight and Joanna Gilligan. So we'll see. Ready to roll here back in Utah. In what should be a fun game. Oh my gosh, Igor Shesterkin faced 48 shots. That is like actually crazy. That is like actually bonkers. But we shall see what the Pittsburgh Mother Lovin' Penguins have in store here, ready to roll. Gonna take the draw here is gonna be Tommy Novak for the Penguins. Up against that gonna be Dylan Guenther. Face-off going to be won by the Penguins. Top of the zone on the far side. Carlson sending it down low. Back in behind the net towards the near side. Racing to get there. Kept in by Wotherspoon down to the far side. Ville Koivunen now onto that puck. Sending it down low. Tommy Novak. Over to Koivunen. Couldn't connect. And the Mammoth coming up the other way with speed. Here comes your chance. 4-on-3 into the zone. And taken back by Erik Karlsson. Nice job by the Penguins there. Over to the near side, Novak punching it into the offensive end, and the Mammoth will take it back. Over to the near side, trying to move it up now, going to be off of Sean Durzee's stick. In the defensive end, Mammoth and Penguins both going for changes. Ready to roll. Passing it up now, over to the near side, through center ice, into the offensive end, and the Mammoth trying to maintain it. They do for now. Puck goes over to Stuart Skinner, playing it to his far side. Moving it out now into the neutral zone. And here comes your chance, Elmer Glue Soderblom. And we got a whistle for presumably an offside. Oh boy. Taking a look at Sid the Kid Crosby. He's with the team in this trip, so keep that in mind. He is traveling with the Penguins. They're trying to get him back on the ice sooner rather than later. And they need him. They need him. Oh boy. Man, Maple Leaf Sabres is pretty good as well. 2-2 at 4:38 left in the third. Man. But we'll see. We'll see what the Penguins have in store here. They have been getting beat up pretty good, but I think they might have stopped the bleeding for now. So if they can keep the bleeding to a minimum, they still have the game. It's within reach. Only the first period. It's still only the first. There's still 2 more periods of hockey to play. I'm not sweating just yet. I'm a little concerned, but I'm not sweating. So, taking a look at our poll in the chat, though. We got 2 votes over there. Both going for the Penguins, baby. Let's go. We'll see what the Penguins have in store here. Now they're down by 2. They're going to need to make something happen. Especially because that last goal was, kind of BS. Because, well, apparently you can kick the puck into the net now with your skate. Apparently that's legal. Since when? I don't know. But, let me double check that. Let's see. Oh, that's why. That's why there's no deliberate kicking motion, even though he literally slid into the net. Man. That's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. But here we go, over to the far side, moving it around, and the Mammoth clearing the zone. Punching it through center, punched into the offensive end for the Mammoth there by Hayton. To the near side corner, Tanger sending it around the far side over to Ryan Shea. Up through center they go, into the offensive end, no icing. Back in behind the net of Hamelka to the far side, passing it out along the boards. Trying to move it out the other way, they will. They're going to clear it all the way down, and that's going to be ice. Okay, apparently not. Over to the far side, Ryan Russ able to help clear it out over to Ricard Raquel. And into the offensive end, Chinikov can't control the puck. Moving it around the near side, here come the Mammoth. The Penguins looking less organized than a certain former president. Worth that puck now, going to be Mackenzie Weegar. Up into the neutral zone they go, passing through center to the near side. Into the offensive end is Nick Schmaltz. Over to the far side on a pass. Nice takeout there for the Penguins. Coming back the other way into the offensive end. Here comes that third line in front. Shot denied. Over to the near side, to the far. Trying to wrap it around. Ian Cole trying to race it out, but the Pen still in front of the net with a chance. And the Mammoth are able to clear it out. Along the near side, moving it up the other way into the neutral zone. Sent in there by Lawson Crows. Over to the far side, the Penguins trying to move it out. Again, that fourth line, that Achari, Novak, and Lazat line is out there. Into the corner, Novak taking a big check against the boards. Over to the far side, sending it back in behind the net to the near. Ian Cole working with it now to the far side. The Pens going back to that Ville Koivunen line, that third line, as the Mammoth punch it into the offensive end. Into the corner, over to the far side. We got a whistle. Puck out of play. So 5:40 to go here in the first period. Looks like they're going to be stepping away again for the third commercial and as many whistles. Oh, man. So, let's see. Let us see. Man. So, let's see. Just taking a look here. As we have some time on X. Oh, man. Right now, the Penguins just needing some help. Oh my gosh. Bro, what? A heat-sensitive Quran will yell Allahu Akbar out of a small speaker if burned. It will explode. Oh my gosh. Bro, that's crazy. Oh my gosh. So we'll see. We will see. Back here in Utah, where the Penguins are ready to take on the Mammoth and hopefully start actually playing. But here we go. Looking at Ben Kindle, most goals in a rookie season. Kindle with 16, behind Jordan Stahl, Evgeny Malkin, and Sidney Crosby since the 05-06 season, ahead of Colby Armstrong and Jake Gensel. So here we go, ready to rumble. Looking at Dan Muse again as we have a face-off. Ball straw. Okay. So let's see. Moving it around now to the top of the zone. Dursey sending it low for the Mammoth. Along the boards. Nice check dished out there by was it Elmer Soderblom? Was it? No, it was Parker Wotherspoon. But over to the far side, that puck gets cleared out by the Penguins, giving chase, and over to the far side, coming the Mammoth into the offensive end, played back by Parker Wotherspoon. Behind the net to the near side, trying to send it up the other way, over to Novak with that puck. Up through center, passing to the far side, into the offensive end, back over to Novak, down low, chance, denied. Over to the near side. Back up to the top of the zone and gets cleared out again. And now it's going to be a Utah icing. Okay. So we will see. We will see. So, ready to roll. Look at your Penguins on the ice. You got the Soderblom line out there. That's going to be Soderblom alongside Kindle and Avery Hayes. With under 5 to go here in this first period. So here we go. We got a face-off here on, I believe that's the nearest or far side circle in the Penguins offensive end. And let's see. Face-off going to be between Hayden and Kindle. Face-off going to be won by Kindle. Over to the near side, though, taken by Mikhail Sergachev and Logan Cooley, trying to move it out the other way. Over to the far side, Cooley going to get on top of it, wing to the near side, moving it up and up through center they go, taken back by Tanger. Over to Avery Hayes. He's going to get tied up there with Gunther. Over to the near side, puck goes loose, bouncing puck, it is going up and down and left and right and all around, just to get back to center ice. Over to the near side, down low, Avery Hayes, or not Avery Hayes, Ryan Shea, giving chase behind the net to the far side. Along the boards, clearing it out the other way. Here comes your chance now, the Mammoth. With that puck up through center to the near side, intercepted, punched back into the offensive end by Ben Kindle. Behind the net of Hamelka. Over to the far side from Mackenzie Weegar and back to him again. Over to the near side, passing it up to JJ Peterka. Trying to move it into the offensive end. Here comes a chance. Into the offensive end for the Mammoth. Down into the corner to Laviov, able to get there in front of the net. Here come the Penguins passing across. Peterka intercepts. Down to the far side corner, Connor Clifton. With that puck, gonna send it up at not out. Kept in by the Mammoth to the near side. Gunther. Nice use of the body there by the Penguins to Laviov. And a nice shot goes wide over to the far side, back over to the near. Behind the net, the Penguins moving it out. Let's see who we got. Who is that? Devin Nathan saying over 6.5 is locked. Well, we'll see. We will see. Over to the near side, wing to wing from Wotherspoon. Trying to move it up the other way. Now Wotherspoon into the offensive end. Looking to find some help. Not going to get a whole lot. Sending it deeper over to Ian Cole. But we got a whistle. We got a penalty. So we'll see who's going to the sin bin here. It looks like it's going to be Clayton Keller. So the Pittsburgh Mother-loving Penguins are ready to go on the power play. In what should be a good, fun power play here for the Penguins. Can they convert like the Mammoth did on them? Let's see. Man, taking a look at that penalty there for Keller. After a couple of chances there by the Mammoth. A couple of high danger chances. So, far side circle draw, and it's going to be won by the Penguins. Top of the zone to the far side. Trying to locate it, sending it to the far side again. Back up to the point. Tanger shot. Loose in front over to the far side. Puck gets cleared out. All the way back behind Stuart Skinner. Working with that puck now to the near side. Here comes Tanger through center. Passing it up over to Soderblom into the offensive end. Sending it back in behind the net. Tied up Novak and Koivunen in there. Puck gets cleared all the way out. The Penguins possessing the 6th best penalty or power play against the 20th ranked penalty kill. So here we go. Over to the far side. Down low, the Mammoth with possession behind the net. While shorthanded. And now the Penguins getting it back, trying to move it out the far side. Here comes Tanger. Tanger going to look for some help in front of his own net. Penguins going for a change. Tanger passing it across, moving it around now to the near side. And here comes Igor Chinakhov into the offensive end with Ricard Raquel. Into the corner, over to the far side. Chinakhov trying to send it around, and it gets cleared up to the point, kept in by the Penguins. Over to the far side, looking to send it down low to Raquel. Raquel desperately needing some help, losing control of that puck to the point, kept by Carlson. Over to the far side, Chinakhov shot, denied and gloved by Karel Vejmelka. Yowzers. Man, a nice job there by Karel Vejmelka to just stay locked in on that puck. But here we go. 38 seconds to go in the power play. 1:54 to go in the first. And here we go. 12 shots for the Mammoth, 6 for the Penguins. And here we go. Face off on the far circle. Ready to roll. Oh, you got a boot. Someone's getting a boot. Going to be Hayden getting the boot. So coming in is going to be Kerfoot to take the draw. And here we go. Face-off won by the Penguins. Sent down low. Mikhail Sergachev able to clear it all the way out. Son of a gun. So all the way back behind Stu. He's going to leave it there for his teammate. Taking it now is Erik Karlsson. Up the near side boards. Into the neutral zone with speed to the offensive end. Passing it across. Taking it in down low. Back up to Karlsson to the point. Working with that puck. Karlsson taking it. Shot. Gets redirected and over to the far side. Brian Rust going to send it down, but kept it and cleared all the way out. Played in by Stuart Skinner. 5 to go on the power play. 3, 2, 1. Power play expires, and both teams are back to full strength. Working it out now in the center ice area. The Penguins, Lizotte trying to race into the corner to get there. He does. Tied up for that puck. Lizotte still to the point. Shot. Sending it in front to the near side. JJ Peterka able to get there. Sending it out the other way. Just a quick little note. Lizotte hit 80.6 miles an hour on a shot. But less than 1 minute remaining in the first period. 1 minute. Over to the near side to the offensive end. Shea with a shot. Goes wide loose on the rebound. And going to be played over towards the near side. A nice effort there for the Penguins, but going to be moved up the other way. Here comes Logan Cooley into the offensive end of the near side boards. Top zone shot point and denied. I think it actually hit off a Mammoth player because a body went flying there of Gunther. And Stuart Skinner able to come up with that puck. Oh, man. There's a nice chance there for the Mammoth. Oh, no. Skinner made the save. It was a big check by Shea that sent Gunther flying. That was what caused it. I'm surprised it didn't lead to more of a fight than it did. But we'll see here. With 32.3 to go here in the period. Looking at Tanger out there still. And here we go. Face off on the near side, won by the Penguins. Over to the far side, trying to clear the zone. They do. Giving chase, no icing, and going to go back in behind the net of Amelka to the near side. 22 seconds to go in the period. Here comes Schmaltz into the offensive end of the far corner. He sends it. Stu going to play it out to the boards. 15, 14, 13. Up to the point. I thought that would have been offside, but no offside. Call loose in front of the net after a shot. Back down low. 7, 6, 5, 4 to the far side. 3, 2 to the top of the zone. 1, and that's how this first period will come to a close with the score. The Utah Mammoth 2, the Pittsburgh Penguins nothing. Shots on goal are 14 for the Mammoth and 7 for the Penguins. Man, that is rather unfortunate for the Penguins. That first period, gotta play better hockey. You gotta play more strong defense. Again, that's the problem with the Penguins. When they try to play too much offense with no defense. This is the problem that caught up with them in November. The same exact problem. Who cares if we give up 6 goals? We'll just score 7. Who cares if we give up 7 goals? We'll just score 8. And when you're not scoring 7 and 8 goals a game, like the Penguins aren't right now, partially because they don't have 2 of the top veterans in Crosby and Gino, but also because they're not really able to generate the offense right now. I mean, when you can't generate that offense, you can't rely on a defense that's giving up 7 goals a game. That's part of the problem with the Penguins, is that since the first game in March, right? Let's go back to the Penguins here. Let me open this in a new tab. So since that first game against Vegas, Boston, they should have scored more, right? You get 1 goal, you're going to lose. They gave up 5 to Buffalo, 4 to Philly, 5 to Boston, 5 to Carolina, 6 to Vegas. You're essentially averaging 5 goals a game given up. That's not a winning formula. When the Penguins were playing winning hockey, they were giving up 3, 1, 2, 2, 2, 5, 3, 1, 4. They were giving up very few goals. But at the same time, when you start playing hockey like you're going to give up 7 goals to Toronto, you shouldn't be surprised when you start losing games. And that's the problem with the Penguins, is that in their wins, I think the most goals they've given up in a win, I think, is like 4, maybe 5 goals. So when you're giving up 4 goals, that's almost a death sentence for this team. I mean, they have not really given up a whole lot. I mean, again, if I take a look here real quick at when the Penguins have won games, they won 5-4 against Boston in overtime. 6-5 in regulation against New York. That one shouldn't have been as close against the Rangers. Right? Apart from that, those, I think, are the only games where they have given up 4 goals or more and won. They've had a couple 3-goal give-ups and win. Look at October 9th against the Isles. October 23rd against Florida. October 27th against the Blues. I was at that game. November 6th against Washington. So they've had wins when they've given up 3, but they also had the run support. You know what I mean? At the end of January, when they went on that tear from January 19th through the 31st, and really from December 28th through the end of the January, they were scoring. They were scoring like 6, 6, 3, 6, 4, 6, 3, 6, 1, 0, 1, 4, 5, 4, 4, 5, 7. When the Penguins aren't scoring that kind of goal, they're not winning. And even when they are, they aren't making it close. They've had a lot of overtime games recently. Since February 3rd, they have played 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games prior to tonight. 5 of those games have gone to overtime or shootouts. 3 of them have gone to shootouts. Unsurprisingly enough, they haven't won a single one of them. The Penguins only won 1 shootout this year, and we were live for it. It was against Montreal in December. I remember that. I distinctly remember that. It was a game against Montreal in December. There it was, December 21st, 4-3 in a shootout. But when you're not playing that kind of hockey, and you're not scoring good goals, and you're not winning in overtime. I mean, the Penguins have sucked in extra time. So you gotta win decisively in regulation. And when the Penguins start off a game by giving out 2 goals, it's difficult to win decisively in regulation. Positives out of this game, Stuart Skinner staying composed. That's a big plus. He gave up 2 goals in quick succession, one of which was kind of a tough one to give up. And at the same time, he's keeping that composure. Another win is you're generating some opportunities, but you're also trying to clear the zone quick, which is effective. But you got to be able to clear the zone quick and turn those into positive opportunities. The passing has been they've left a little to be desired, or a lot to be desired when it comes to passing. And that's one of the concerns I have for this team going into the rest of this game, is that they need to be able to make things happen, and they need to be able to generate opportunities in transition. They got to be crisp. They've got to generate opportunities out of the transition game, and they got to get the puck cleared out quick. Those are your 3 keys. Alongside, obviously, minimizing the goals, but that'll come. And scoring. I mean, scoring hasn't been too much of a problem as of late. If I look at the Penguins' last, let's say, 10 games. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We've got what? 5, 9, 10, 11. 11 plus 5 is 16. 16 plus 2 is 18. 18 plus 5 is 23. 27. Nope, I'm adding the wrong numbers. I don't know how to add. 9, 11, 16, 17, 18, 21, 26, 30. You're averaging 3.2 goals per game in your last 10. That should be playing relatively winning hockey. But when you're giving up 5 and 4 goals a game, that's not winning hockey. Out of their last 6 games, the Penguins are 1 and 5. Sorry, 1, 3, and 2. Still, a loss is a loss. 1 win in the last 6 games, including 2 shootout losses. And out of their last 7 games, the Penguins have 3 shootout losses, coming to the Rangers, the Flyers, and the Hurricanes. Out of those, the only one that makes sense is Carolina. Losing in a shootout to Philly and losing in a shootout to the Rangers, especially the Rangers at home, is rough. So the Penguins need to get their butts into gear. They need to figure out how they can generate opportunities in transition. How can they be crisper? Because that's part of the problem as well, is that they haven't been crisp in the passing game as much as I would like to see. And that's come back to bite them in the butt. Especially considering they have games coming up against Colorado, Carolina, Winnipeg, Carolina. I mean, they play Carolina twice in 4 days, 5 days. In 5 days they play twice. And they play Colorado twice in just over a week. Monday, and then again next Tuesday. So, again, the March schedule is unforgiving. Since the start of March, the Penguins are 2, 3, and 2. The Penguins need to win like 10 to 12 games in March. And I don't know if they're going to have that. I don't know if they have it, you know? The loss of Gino from the Buffalo game, which, by the way, this is his last game, so Gino will be back. So watch out on Monday, because he's going to be back with a vengeance against Colorado. There's a chance that Crosby can get back to action soon as well, because he's been looking really good. He did travel with the team on the road trip. Doesn't mean he will play, but it means he's available if he's able to play. So watch out for Colorado and or Carolina for him to potentially come back a little bit ahead of schedule. So once the Penguins get the band back together, this team is dangerous because the chemistry has been there. Chinakhov, Gino, that has been a very deadly pair. Crosby, Raquel, Rust, that's your top line for a reason. And then that allows you to play with that third line. Have, your third line be, instead of tonight, where it's Soderblom, Kindle, Hayes, you can throw Mantha, Kindle, Soderblom. Is probably what it looks like. That's probably where you're going to be. Probably going to be Novak, Gino, Chinakhov, Crosby, Raquel, Rust as your top six. Third line will be then Soderblom, Kindle, Mantha, Hayes. Hayes stays up, I think, as an extra player. And Koivunen goes back to Wilkes. That's what probably happens when the Pens are back to full strength. Barring, of course, that there's no other injuries. That's what I would personally like to see. Because Ville Koivunen, I love the heart he plays with, but he does struggle in the quick game. When the game gets quick, he tends to just get a little lost. He needs to get better at that. Which I could see Ville Koivunen potentially staying up so that he gets more NHL time, potentially. Because I think that's really the issue that he needs to work on, is speed of the game. And you're not going to get that in the AHL as much. So they might send Avery Hayes back down for some additional work. I don't know. That's an interesting decision. That'll be a very interesting decision that the coaching staff has to make. They could both get sent down, if I'm being honest, because Kevin Hayes is still there as well. But there's a lot of options when this team gets healthy as to what they can do. But I think definitely it starts with getting your lines back together, getting Chinakhov back with Novak, back with Gino, and then allowing Mantha to settle in with Kindle and Soderblom and put Kindle between the two trees. That is what I really would love to see. And that's what I think we're kind of on a crash course towards. So we'll see what they end up deciding to do, but that's kind of my initial thought. That's kind of my initial thought. Huh. There's a chance that Justin Fields retires. Huh. But we'll see. Let us see. So I'm just taking a look here as we have some time. Okay. Yeah, just taking a look here, seeing if there's any other news to be wary of. Oh, man. Oh, yeah. Again, just kind of taking a look here. Okay. But yeah, just kind of taking a look here. Oh, man. Okay. Oh yeah, just trying to get an idea here. Okay. But yeah, right now, I mean, I think that first period was, well, it wasn't a win. It could have gone a lot worse. I have seen the Penguins play worse periods of hockey. So, there is stuff to be beneficial for. There is stuff to be hopeful for in this game. Let us see. Excuse me. But yeah, we'll see here. We will see. We will see. Okay. Oh, man. Let's take a look around the rest of the NHL real quick. That's not my current one. Here it is. The Flyers and Blue Jackets still tied at 1. Taking a look around there. The Canes getting a 4-2 victory. Isles also getting a 3-2 victory. So this game is even more important because Columbus is also breathing down the Penguins' throats. And one of the teams breathing down their throats already got a win. So the Penguins are going to need to somehow pull this game. Or somehow beat Colorado. Which is going to be difficult. So we will have to see. Okay. Let me see. So again, just kind of taking a look here. Okay. For goals interferences, please consult the chart. Oh my gosh, the chart's a mess. Okay. So let's see. Let us see. Okay. Man. But yeah, so we should be getting ready for the second period here in just a few minutes. And we'll see. We will see. Okay. Oh yeah, we shall see. So the team's taking the ice again for the start of the second period. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more than we had in the first. We'll see what we've got in store here. My hope is that we'll get a pretty good period. All right. Give me. So we are ready to roll. Oh man. Okay. Again, just taking a look at Stuart Skinner and some of those goals. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. Yeah, just taking a look again on X. We have some time. So here we go. Taking a look at Ville Koivunen on the bench right now. Karel Vejmelka in his crease. And here we go. So ready to roll. So, center ice draw to start off the second period. And we get a double boot. So Brian Russ going to take the draw instead of Rickard Rakell. And he's going to take it up against, I believe that's Jack McBain. Yep, McBain. So the faceoff won by the Mammoth. And into the offensive end, they send it over to the near side, into the corner down low in front of Stu. Nice job by the Pen to move it to the near side along the boards. Trying to punch it wing to wing over to the center ice area. And into the offensive end, they send it off of the near corner into the boards. Gonna get cleared up and taken back by the Penguins off the stick, I believe, of Wotherspoon. Over to Chinikov with a shot. Loose puck over to the near side and moved out by the Mammoth. Up to the top of the zone, though, Rakell keeping it in and centering it. Puck gets deflected, and here come the Mammoth in transition. Into the offensive end, McBain gonna send it, played by Stu, left over there to the near side for the Penguins. Over to Erik Karlsson into the center ice area, over to the neutral zone. Trying to punch it into the offensive end now is Nola Chari. Into the corner. Tied up, Blake Lizotte in there, alongside Nola Chari now at the corner, sending it back down low, and battling for that possession. Coming around to the near side, along the boards. Over to the far side, Achari losing his stick in front of the net. A chance, Lizotte shot, not going to make it to the net. And here come the Mammoth coming up the other way. Puck comes loose, giving chase Shea. Trying to get to the corner, he does. With that puck to the far side, centering it up to center ice area. Into the offensive end, they send it, going to be taken back by Sean Dursey. And the Mammoth up on into the offensive end and into the far corner. Taken by JJ Peterka. Wrapping it around to the near side, along the boards, and sent to the point. Over to the near side, again for Ian Cole, across ice, intercepted by the Penguins. Here comes your chance, and never mind. They had a chance in transition, but the puck ends up going out of play. Okay. Ugh. So we'll see here. Again, we're seeing a lot of that fourth line for the Penguins, which is exactly what we want to see. I want to see that fourth line out there. So here we go. Far side circle. I really think a Penguins victory is going to come off that fourth line, if it's going to come back. So Mantha, ready to roll to take the draw. Face-off going to be battled for and won by the Penguins. And taken back by the Mammoth. Back down along the board, centering pass, and a chance in front. Nice job by Koivunen to disrupt the shot, and that puck gets cleared out. Here comes your race. Anthony Mantha with that puck into the corner, looking for some help, gets taken out, loose in front of the net now. Over to the near side along the boards, top of the zone. Sent back down by Solovyov. Koivunen not able to wrestle himself free. Moved out the other way by the Mammoth into the offensive end. Logan Cooley to the far side to Gunther. And the puck gets cleared out. Taken back by the Mammoth in the defensive end. Wing to the far side. And back again to Mikhail Sergachev. Working that puck up onto the far side into the offensive end after a pass. Sending it into the offensive end for Kerfoot. And back over to the far side again, taken out of the zone by the Penguins. But the Mammoth still in possession of the defensive end. Sergachev passing to the near side. Into the offensive end now. It's going to be Stenlund. Into the corner, taken back by the Penguins on the near side. Trying to move it out the other way. Here comes your chance. Through center to the offensive end and given right back to the Mammoth. Kerfoot able to move it now. Into the offensive end he goes, looking for some help down low. Trying to wrap it around in front of the net, cycling around, shot denied, not even going to make it to the net. Nice use of the body there by Connor Clifton. Up to the point, shot, again not going to make it to the net. And over to the far side again, moved around past to the near side, struggling to control it. Mammoth back up to the point and back again. Working with that puck is Yamamoto. Sending it to the far side, down low, a chance in front denied. Over to the near side, the puck comes loose again, and the Pens try to send it out of the zone. They will this time. Soderblom able to be part of that party, but taking it right back in is going to be Jack McBain. And we got a penalty coming up here against the Penguins. Delayed penalty, arm is up. Over to the near side, working with it is Nate Schmidt. Utah with the extra attacker. Over to the far side, back up to the point to the near side, cycling it around from Marino. A shot goes off the body and over to the near side again. A nice job by Keller on that shot. Over to the far side, shot again, loose in front, and the Penguins will tag up. Penalty will be called. So Utah's going back on the power play. Jack McBain was slow to get up after that. But we'll see what the penalty is on for the Penguins. Oh, man. So it was it that? Yep, 2 for hooking Solovyov. Yep, that's a hook. You can't even say that's not a hook, Solovyov. What are you doing? What are you doing, Ilya? Oh, man. So McBain on the bench in pain after presumably taking a shot. So here we go. Near side circle face-off. Battling for it is Nola Chari. And coming down with it is Parker Wotherspoon. Over to the far side along the boards. The Penguins on the penalty kill for the second time tonight. Puck gets cleared out and behind Karol Vejmelka. Moving it around to the near side. The Mammoth are 1 for 1 tonight on the power play with 1 shot. And we got the Mammoth moving it up through center ice. Into the offensive end, they send it to the far side. Nice job by the Penguins to battle and play physical to take that puck away. Carlson to the near side of Chari, clearing the zone. A nice slow clear. Karol Vejmelka going to play to it. And over to the near side, here comes Mikhail Sergachev. Passing back and back again. Moving it up into the neutral zone to the far side to the offensive end. Into that far corner, down low. Going to go back on in behind the net. Tied up for that puck along the boards. Over to the near side. Top of the zone from Gunther to the point to Sergachev. Sergachev looking for some help. Sending it down to Gunther. Taking it down himself. Back up top Sergachev. From the point to the far side, centering again, down low. And to the far corner, they're going to battle for that possession. And we got a whistle. All right, 48 seconds to go on the power play for the Mammoth. 14:43 left in the second period. Let me see here. Okay. Man, nice effort there. It's actually going to be a penalty on Utah. Barrett Hayton got 2 for slashing. The Penguins are going to go on the power play after a brief 4-on-4. 48 seconds of 4-on-4. The Penguins trying to strategize here. And here we go. Looking at Shea, talking it over with Tanger. Trying to coordinate with the team there. Kindle out there as well as Tommy Novak. 3 8s and 2 5s. 3 8s, 2 1s, 2 5s on the ice for the Penguins. Over to the near side, down low for the Mammoth along the boards. Trying to free that puck up. And going to be moved by the Mammoth down low behind the net. Over to the far side from Mackenzie Weegar. Working it around to the near side along the board, sending it up the other way. Back down to Weegar to the far side. Moving it up now. Here come the Mammoth after that pass. Into the offensive end. Logan Cooley with speed. Gets taken out. The fans want a penalty. They're not going to get it. Cooley is hurt. Oh, no. Cooley with a big collision into the net. Hopefully he's all right. And a big fight breaking out afterwards. Tanger getting into it with a whole team. Mackenzie Weegar in there. Everybody grab your partner. Swing them round and round. It's time for a good old Southern hoedown. Tanger's fired up. Hopefully Logan Cooley's all right. He just came back a couple months ago after injury. A big leg injury, mind you. I don't remember how recently he came back, but he had a massive leg injury earlier this year. It was just bodies colliding. Oh, that's gonna hurt. Oh my gosh. Oh, that's bad. Oh my gosh. That could be a broken shin. Oh man. Oh my gosh. This is eerily similar to his last injury. Oh my gosh. Wow, bro, there's no shot. He is able to get to his feet, but he's needing some help. A lot of help from an athletic trainer and a teammate, but he is getting off the ice. Oh my gosh, he's not bearing weight at all on that left leg. Oh my gosh. Wow. Yeah, Cooley getting a lot of help back to the locker room. That left leg. Yep, that's the leg where he ate the post right to the shin. And the post didn't move. The post had no give. So we'll see. Still no penalty, thankfully, for that. Yeah, they're not going to dish out a penalty on that. But the Mammoth are going to be playing fired up because they lost Logan Cooley again to a freak leg injury into the net again. So up to the top of the zone along the far side. Penguins still trying to get ready for that power play. 10 seconds left to 4-on-4 to the near side. Sergachev with that puck, sending it along the near side. Over to Gunther. Sending it over to the far side, wing to wing, back and across to Ian Cole. And the Penguins going to go back onto the power play. Back into the corner, taken back. Here comes Ville Koivunen. Or not Ville Koivunen, Ben Kindle, my bad. Passing back. And Tanger sending it up and into the offensive end they go. Ricard Raquel driving the net, trying to wrap it around to the near side. Back up to the point. Over to Tanger. Raquel gets taken out. Here comes the 3-on-2. Saying that Sergachev back and across. Shot denied by Stuart Skinner. Nice glove save there by Stu. Okay. Yeah, Raquel just got taken out of that play by Nick Schmaltz. A nice job there by Schmaltz to use the body to take Ricard out of that play. But here we go, ready to roll. 13:28 to go in the second period. 45 seconds to go on that Penguins power play. And the faceoff going to go all the way back into the neutral zone, played by Sean Dursey. And going to clear it all the way back out. Taking it back is going to be Eric Carlson. To the far side, working it through center of the defensive end, passing back. With speed now is Ricard Raquel, passing to the far side into the offensive end, back up to the point. Here comes your chance. Working with it, Carlson across the point. Over to Chinikov, sending it down low. Mantha over to Rust. Rust trying to connect with Mantha. He does for the moment, but Dursey able to get that puck and clear it out. With 7 seconds to go on that power play, Stuart Skinner is going to leave it there for Carlson, and that power play is going to expire. So over to the near side, back into the offensive end, back to 5-on-5 hockey, driving it down low, and the Mammoth coming back with it, and moving it wing to wing to the near side, into the offensive end. Here comes McBain. Into the offensive end for the Mammoth, and the Penguins clearing it back out. Giving chase is going to be Sean Dursey. Over to the far side with that puck. Trying to move it to the near side, off of Mackenzie Weegar, into the offensive end with a chase down low, into the corner to the near side. Trying to hit Soderblom, he does. Soderblom passing back, Elmer's glue hits Carlson. Moving it out through center, and taken back by the Mammoth in their own end. Wing to wing to Dursey. Dursey with that puck, trying to move it up, able to connect with his teammate there, Michael Carcone, back on into the corner down low. Behind the net, Carcone. With that puck, the Penguins able to take it back. Still tied up into the corner. Up to the point, top of the zone, Sergachev, wing to the far side. Back up to the point, Sergachev. Back over to the far side, shot along the boards. Denied, not going to make it to the net. Wotherspoon over to the near side, sending it around. Tied up into that corner. Tied up again, still trying to free that puck up. And the Penguins come away with it. Kindle through center. Into the offensive end, trying to find some help, sending it into the corner down low. Over to the far side, Soderblom and Hayes out there, I believe, as well. Kept into the offensive end behind the net of Emelka. Over to the center ice area behind the net is going to be Mackenzie Weegar. So the Mammoth with that puck. Both teams going for changes. Over to the far side, Weegar now back across to the near. Able to hit Mikhail Sergachev. Moving it out the other way through center all the way down. And that's going to be icing on the Mammoth. Okay. So let's see. Let's see. Nick Schmaltz getting some work done on the bench. Okay. So we shall see. Far side circle draw on the Penguins offensive end here. And that face-off going to be a false draw. Okay. So, Novak going to take the draw here against Hayton. And ready to roll. Face off over to the far side now. Going to be moved out by the Mammoth through center. Into the offensive end they go. JJ Peterka not able to control it. Shea trying to get in there for the Penguins alongside Tanger. Coming back out with it the other way. Here come the Penguins. With that puck up through center. Avery Hayes sending it in. And it's going to be offside. Oh? Never mind. JJ Peterka going to the sin bin, so the Pittsburgh 11 Penguins are going to get on the power play. All right. So we'll see here. Man, we shall see. Just taking a look on X. We have some time here. Okay. Oh no. But we'll see here. Okay. Let's see, we got Jer Hawkins saying, I need Sergachev to score a point. Can that happen after the Penguins get like 4 goals? Then whatever, that's fine. Oh my gosh. Oh man. Well, we'll see. We will see. I'm just hoping the Penguins can manage to come back somehow. Okay. But we'll see here. This game has been a good one so far. Okay. So, ready to roll. 10:38 to go here in the second period. The Penguins are getting ready to go on to the power play. And here we go. Looking at that JJ Peterka there. That was your penalty. Made it up against Ryan Shea. So here we go. Ready to rumble. Peterka got 2 for high sticking. 10:38 to go here in the second. 13 shots on goal for the Mammoth, 10 for the Penguins. And here we go. Ready to roll. Ricard Raquel going to take the draw here up against Kevin Stenlund. And the faceoff gets cleared so pure. The Penguins take it back into the defensive end. Working with it now, Erik Karlsson. Crows trying to play some strong defense there for Utah. And over to the far side, the Penguins dumping it up into the offensive end. A race for that puck. Into the far corner, Sergachev punching it to the near side, kept into the point. Moving it down low into the corner along the boards, sending it over to the far side, back up to the point to Rust. Brian Rust over to Karlsson. To the point, down low in front, shot! Denied by Raquel. Over to Chinikov, over to Rust. Rust to the near side, Karlsson. Karlsson back to Rust, over to Chinikov. Chinikov with that puck. Come on, Igor, down to Raquel, back to Chinikov. Working with that puck from the far circle, up to the point to Rust. Rust hits Karlsson. Karlsson trying to drive in, gets a big check dished out against him by Crows, and here comes a chance for the Mammoth. Going to be played by Stuart Skinner over to the near side boards, and the Pens going to take it away. 57 seconds to go here on that power play with 9:34 in regulation. Over to the near side, into the offensive end for the Penguins, wing to wing to the point. Sending it in, shot, stick, breaks. Over to the far side, in front of the net. What a save by Karel Vejmelka. A nice save by Vejmelka, going to keep the Mammoth with the Penguins at no score. Okay. So, we'll see. We will see. So here we go. 44 seconds to go on the power play. 9:22 left in the period. Over to the near side. The Mammoth with it in their own end. Going to clear the zone successfully. The Penguins going to give chase over to Stuart Skinner. Back over to the near side. Here come the Penguins. That's Tanger. Passing over to the far side wing and into the offensive end. They're going to take it now. Never mind. Kerfoot able to get onto it, and the Pens get it back at center ice. Over to the near side off of Ben Kindle. To the far side, Soderblom along the boards. Elmer's glue Soderblom himself, and the Pens get cleared out of their own end. 10 seconds to go here on the power play. 8:48 left in the period. Moving it around now to the near side and punching it through center ice into the offensive end for the Pittsburgh Mother-Lovin' Penguins. Over to the near side, power play does expire. And over to the near side boards, the Mammoth are going to get that puck. Wait a minute! Logan Cooley back out there. Important to note, Logan Cooley is back out there. He's skating again. So it's good to see that they got him back out there. But is that going to be a penalty? Utah fans are absolutely excited. They're ecstatic. But I'm wondering if the Pens are going back on the power play, because I thought I saw something that looked like a trip. There was something that looked like it could have been a trip, so let me take a look. Penalties. Nope, no tripping. It's just the hype for Logan Cooley, which thankfully he is back. That's always good to see here. Okay. But yeah, just taking a look here as we have some time on X. Seeing if there's any news. Oh, man. So, let's see. So taking a look at our poll in the chat, we've had 9 votes over there. Splitting 2/3 for the Pittsburgh mother-loving Penguins. So we'll see what they can do. Okay. But we shall see. So, ready to roll here back in Utah, looking at Carlson, Solovyov, and the Penguins bench. Here we go. Ready to rumble here, looking down, up and down to the Penguins bench. They got to figure something out here. They got to get something going. They stopped the bleeding, which is good. But stopping the bleeding and winning the game are 2 totally different things. Stopping the bleeding is stopping it from getting worse. That's not scoring goals. That is stopping the other team from scoring goals. So here we go. We got a face-off here on the near side circle, won by the stick of Hayton. Over to the far side, the Mammoth. Gunther trying to move it out. Back down low behind the net, over to the near side. Kept into the zone by, never mind. Not kept into the zone. Racing down the Penguins. That's going to be Ilya Solovyov behind the net. Over to the near side, he sends it. Moving it out the other way, back in behind the net to Solovyov again. Over to the far side, through center, there we go. And across to the near side, not able to maintain it. Back on into the corner down low, along the boards, and the Mammoth are going to move it out to the far side, up through center, dumping it into the offensive end. The Penguins got to get back to some sort of defensive strategy as well, because clearly they're not doing that. They're not generating opportunities from the defensive side of the ice. Over to the far side. The Mammoth trying to go down low, trying to find some sort of a shooting lane. Working it out now, Chinikov. Over to the near side, through center, gonna hit Brian Rust. Wing to the far side, into the offensive end, to the near side to Rust again. Rust wing to the far side, gets deflected. Taken back out the other way. 3-on-1 for the Mammoth, with a chance. Passing across, pass deflected, but still maintained in front. Shot, loose in front of the net. And it's gonna be off of Blake Lizotte to the near side. Nice job by the Penguins to clear it out of the zone. Kept around in the neutral zone, though, by the Mammoth. They send it back in. And for round 2, shot is saved. And everybody grab your partner, swing them round and round. It's time for a good old Southern hoedown. Something went on there. Chinikov or Wotherspoon got into it big time. I think it was Wotherspoon that got into it big time. Like, big time. With Clayton Keller. Let's take a look at that. No, Wotherspoon there. Wotherspoon got into it with Crows. Big time. Wotherspoon did not like the fact that Crows was trying to poke that puck through Stuart Skinner after the whistle, and he just went at him. He went at him like he was possessed by the devil. Okay. So here we go. Ready to roll. Face off on the far circle. And here we go. Looking at Lizotte, gonna take the draw here up against Crows. And up to the top of the zone. Pens clear it out. Into the offensive end, they'll send it. Racing back into the near corner. Here comes Lizotte, tied up for that puck. Top of the zone, sent back in by Carlson. And around to the near side again. Moving in and out towards the top of the zone. We've gone about over a full period without a goal. So here we go to the far side. Gonna try and send it around. Kept back up. Here comes a chance for the Mammoth. Keller, wing to wing pass shot. What a save by Stuart Skinner. Over to the near side. What effort, man. So top of the zone, wing to the far side. Here comes your chance to the near. Keller shot deflected off the post. Over to the near side. Everybody getting physical there. Parker Wotherspoon again with Crows. Tied up again with each other, and then we got a whistle. So taking a look at Blake Lizotte. Let's see, do we have a penalty coming up is the question. I'm not sure. It might be Crows. He might have done a little bit more, a little bit too much. Yep, Crows is getting 2 for roughing, baby. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. You can't do that. He got frustrated at Parker Wotherspoon and just shoved him along the boards. He got bumped into him and then shoved him afterwards. You can't do that. Oh, man. So the Pittsburgh Penguins are back on the power play. And they win the draw top of the zone. You gotta think they're gonna score on one of these. This is, I think, their 4th power play of the game. 2nd full power play. Over to the near side, Chinikov. Down low, looking for some help. Near side, Carlson. Shot denied. Over to the far side. Puck gets cleared all the way out. Here comes your foot race. Trying to get there is Kevin Stenlund, but the Pens get it back in behind the net. Carlson with that puck over to the far side. Gonna try and move it out the other way. Through center now to the near side. Raquel passing to Rust into the offensive end. The fans wanting a tripping penalty. Not gonna get it. Tied up into the corner. Wait a minute. We got a whistle. Oh, no. Oh, man. Wait a minute. 5-on-3? I thought that was against the Penguins. It's not. It's 5-on-3. Let's go. Kerfoot going to the sin bin as well. I don't know what this... It was this. Is this interference? This interference? Oh, man. NHL penalty signals. Let me see here. Because he did the X. I think that's interference. Let me see. Yep, interference. So yeah, he got 2 for interference. What's happening to the Pens lately? Egg, it's a combination of the veteran presences being gone, and the biggest veteran presence left is a scrambled egg for brains Chris Letang. Is kind of what it is, if you ask me. Don't get me wrong, I love Tanger. I do. I love him with my heart, bro. But like, there's some times that the better days have been behind him. There's some signals. I love you, Tanger, but the better days have been behind you, bro. So here we go. Chasing that puck down. Here comes Carlson. It's also a matter of the Penguins fell back into that mindset of we're just going to keep scoring goals, so who cares if we give up 4 goals a game? And then when you don't get 5 goals, you lose. Uh-oh! From the point, Carlson to the far side, near side Mantha now, back to the point, and sending it down low, wrapping it out to the far side. 5-on-3 for another minute. Over to the near side, Erik Karlsson, sending it down low, Mantha. Mantha trying to connect, shot, he shoots and scores! Anthony Mantha gets the Penguins on the board and makes it a 2-1 hockey game here. The Penguins still gonna have a power play because it was a 5-on-3 goal. Those are the best kind of goals. 5-on-3 goals, so you still got the power play. Let's frickin' go. That's how you frickin' do it, boys. That's how you frickin' do it. Woo! Anthony Mantha finds his spot and takes it. The Pens still have 1:20 of power play time. Over to the near side, working it up. That was Anthony Mantha's 25th goal of the season, ties a career high, and they still have some games left to break it. So here we go, the Mammoth into the offensive end with McBain. Around the net to the near side, trying to wrap it around, but the Pens are going to take it back. Working out of the defensive end, here comes Carlson. Over to Rust. Rust and gets sent it into the offensive end to the far side. Wrapping back in behind the net, taken back by Schmaltz. And it loose in front of the net to the near side. Cleared up. Never mind. Kept in by Raquel. Down to Rust. Rust along the boards to Raquel. Cross shot. Not going to go. Into the near corner, Raquel chasing down to the point, Carlson over to the far side, maintained by the Penguins, trying to find a second goal of the power play. With a chance in front of the net, Carol Vamelka ends up going down, shot over to the near side, and the Mammoth are going to clear the zone successfully. So giving chase here for the Penguins, 17 seconds left to go on the power play. Taking it out of the defensive end, here they come. Off of Ben Kindle to the near side, 8-7-6. 5 to go on the power play, 3:53 in the period, over to the near side, and the puck gets cleared out, power play going to expire. So working with it now, over to the far side, the Penguins trying to move it out. Carlson and Chinikov, by the way, going to get the power play goal assists. And over to the far side, down low, and puck goes loose up to the top of the zone, sending it back down to the near side. Along the boards, up to Tanger, wing to the far side, trying to wrap it around Shea. Over to the far side, kept out by the Mammoth. They're going to clear the zone, taken back by the Pens at center ice. Over to the near side, Elmer Soderblom shot! Puck goes wide to the near side, taking it around. A 79.9 mile an hour heater. A cross ice pass there for the Penguins. Up to the point, shot denied. Not going to make it to the net. Over there going to be Soderblom and Avery Hayes trying to wrap that puck away. Tied up now down low. Going to get to it is Ian Cole. And the Mammoth going to try and clear the zone. Under 3 to play here in this second period. Over to the far side, we've got ourselves a game. The Mammoth clearing it all the way out. No icing over to the far side. Puck gets cleared up through center and maintained now by the Pens into the offensive end. Koivunen lines out there. Down low looking for some help. Sending it up to the point with a chance. A shot denied. Over to the near side. He shoots. He scores! Tommy Novak! Able to tie the game at 2. Let's freaking go. That's how you freaking do it. That's how you freaking do it, boys. Let's go. Bro, at this point I need a shirt that says that. That's how you freaking do it. A beauty! Right through the 5-hole. Or not through the 5-hole, but through a wide open area on Karel Vamelka. That is how you freaking do it, Tommy Novak. Let's go. It's a party on 5th Avenue. So here we go. 2 quick score goals for the Penguins. That was Novak's 15th goal in the season. In his last 5 games, Novak now with 4 points, 3 goals, 1 assist. Novak really piling them on lately. So here we go, chasing down Carlson behind the net to the far side, trying to move it out the other way. Here comes your chance through center. Going to be taken back by the Mammoth in the offensive end over to the near side. Wrestling forward away. Sergachev sending it down low, tied up behind the net. The Penguins with all the momentum in the world right now. Up to the top of the zone. Sergachev to the point. So over to the far side, down low. Witherspoon and Mantha, by the way, on the assist for that goal. But now over to the top of the zone in front of the net, taken by the Penguins. Sending it down low again in their own end. Up to the top, Sergachev keeping it in front of the net, passing across dangerous area. Very dangerous area with that puck. Now up towards the top of the zone, down low to the far side, into the corner, the Mammoth with it. 90 seconds to go in the period. Over to the far side, down low, Carlson and Witherspoon both out there over 90 seconds. They gotta get off the ice. Sergachev passing back, shot. Gonna go wide left. So Lizotte now gonna move it around and taken back by the Mammoth in front of the net, far side shot. What a nice effort by Stuart Skinner. Over to the top of the zone, kept in there by Schmidt. Over to the far side, still along the boards. Trying to go back to the point, shot denied over wide left, cycling around right. An 87.3 mile an hour dinger by the Mammoth, by Marino. And a shot goes wide again, over to the near side. The Penguins are desperate. Carlson and Witherspoon both out there for over 2 minutes. Less than 1 minute remaining in the period. Under 1 minute. From the point, Peterka shot. Nice job there by Lizotte, giving up the body on that one. Over to the far side, you gotta get out of the zone. Finally, let's go, Dewar. Connor Dewar is the savior of the Penguins. They're able to clear the zone, allowing the Penguins to get a defensive shift as Carlson and Witherspoon were out there for over 2 minutes and 25 seconds on a singular shift. Now into the offensive end, Russ down low, passing across, he shoots, no goal, but we got a penalty. 15.3 to go. We got a penalty. Is this Utah going to the sin bin again because they dripped up Brian Rust? Whoop, whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the police. Whoop, whoop. That's the sound of the beast. Whoop, whoop. Yes, sir. You can do that. Ian Cole going to the sin bin, getting 2 for tripping. That means your Pittsburgh Penguins are going back on the mother-loving power play. So here we go, ready to rumble here. This is going to be a majority third period power play as there's only 15.3 seconds to go in the period. But Russ getting tripped up, and that sends Utah to the sin bin yet again. This is going to be the Penguins' 6th power play opportunity of the game, if I'm not mistaken. It's crazy Utah is playing an undisciplined game. That's the only reason the Penguins are going to win this if they do. It's because Utah is playing like a less disciplined toddler. They're playing like an undisciplined 3-year-old. So over to the far side, battling for that puck. 10 to go in the period. From the far side corner shot, not going to make it to the net. Over to the far side, 6-5 to the point, 3-2. Puck gets cleared out. That's how this second period is going to come to a close with a score. The Pittsburgh mother-loving Penguins 2. The Utah Mammoth 2. Can you please score now? Hey, 1 more goal or 2 more goals for the Penguins, then he can score. That's all I want. I want the Penguins to get the game because they need the game right now. The Isles got the win. Who won the Blue Jackets game, by the way? Did Columbus pull out that win in overtime? Please tell me the Fly. Oh, son of a gun! Yeah, the Penguins need this game. They desperately need it. Because right now, that means the Isles are technically 2 points ahead of them. The Blue Jackets are tied with the Penguins. So they need this game. They need this game more than anything right now. Also, the Red Wings forcing overtime with Dallas, but Dallas still getting the win. Kind of surprising there. But that does take us to the end of 2. The Penguins rocking and rolling their way here through this one. Taking a look again, power play opportunities has been incredible. The last pick, and I need to cash out. We still want the point. Don't get me wrong. We still want the point. But the Penguins need some assurance. They need some run security. But part of the problem for Utah, 12 PIMs in 2 periods. That's part of the problem. That is a serious, serious problem for Utah. I mean, power play opportunities, 6 for the Penguins. This is their 6th power play of the game. They're 1 for 5 so far, but they've had opportunities. So if you keep giving them these kind of opportunities, the Penguins are gonna convert. Take a look real quick. It is 18-13 in shots on goal, favoring the Utah Mammoth. Let's take a look how I'm doing in fantasy here, because Chinakhov did get a point. He did get a point for an assist. I also have Sergachev in fantasy, so I would not mind if Utah has to get another goal. I would love it to be Sergachev. Don't get me wrong. But I'd rather the Penguins get the run support first, then go and get that goal. Let's see, who is actively playing? Ricard Raquel and Brian Russ both have like 0.2 and 0.1 fantasy points. Are you kidding me? Where's Chinakhov? Chinakhov is 1.7. Wow. Sergachev not having a good day in fantasy either. I should have started Mark Stone, but I didn't. I was scared to start Mark Stone. Well, I still got a big lead over my opponent, so I'm not too concerned. But, you know, you'd love to get as many points as you know you can get, you know? But yeah, taking a real quick look. Words are hard. Around the NHL today, the Senators beating the Ducks 2-0. The Bruins beating the Capitals 3-2 in a shootout. The Jets beating the Avalanche 3-1 in regulation. The Rangers winning at home. Igor Shesterkin facing 48 shots and stopping 46 of them. 4-2 final score there. The Sabres beating the Maple Leafs in a shootout. The Sharks winning 4-2 over the Canadiens. The Canes winning 4-2 over the Lightning. The Kings falling to the Devils despite putting up 4 goals as the Devils had a 4-goal third period to win 6-4. The Isles beating the Flames 3-2. The Blue Jackets beating the Flyers 2-1 in a shootout. And the Stars beating the Red Wings 3-2 in overtime. All right. So those are your score updates here from the rest of the NHL. And live scores, the Kraken up 2-1 over the Canucks after one. With 1 minute to go in the first period, 1 minute, the Vegas Golden Knights are up 3-0 over the Chicago Blackhawks. A very fun night of hockey, if I do say so myself, around the rest of the NHL. And a quick little preview. Let's take a little preview on tomorrow while we have a little bit of time. Tomorrow, we got a smaller slate, but still an impactful one. Blues, Jets, massive. Massive for the Penguins. Let's go Blues, because the Penguins have the Jets' second-round pick. Senators, Sharks, again, a big one for two teams that are both outside of the playoff picture, looking in, trying to get their way into the playoffs. The Ducks and Canadians, two teams that are kind of like in the playoffs, but like, how are they in the playoffs? Going at it against each other. The Leafs and Wild, Toronto is just Toronto, and the Wild just absolutely dominate that game. Predators, Oilers, the Oilers have been up and down, having a lot of goaltending issues as of late. The Predators have also been surging a little bit since the trade deadline. And then last but not least, the Panthers taking on the Kraken, which that's just tank bowl extravaganza. I mean, neither of those teams are really going to do anything at this point. Florida's not going to make the playoffs. Seattle's not going to make the playoffs. And yet neither of these teams are bad enough to be really in the McKenna sweepstakes. So, that's your problem. But we'll see here. The Penguins doing a really good job this second period to get back on track, get the game back under control, and make something happen. So, a very good play. And the Penguins just got to keep it going. It's got to keep it going. Okay. Oh yeah, just taking a look here on X. We have some time in between. Just anything you guys want to talk about as well, let me know, bro. I'll be here. I'm here. I'm down to talk any sports. Any sports. Oh, man. But yeah. We shall see. Just taking a look here. Seeing any other kinds of news. Okay. But we will see. We will see. Oh, man. Let's just see. Just taking a look again. Seeing if there's any other news, anything new. Because, quite frankly, there hasn't been a whole lot going on. Okay. Now, let's see. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that is bad with the Austin Matthews injury. Yeah. Oh, man. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. But yeah, let's just see. Any other news or anything here? Oh, man. Oh, man. What the? Why? ESPN. They are at intermission. They are at intermission, ESPN. Why do you think they scored a goal? Did they score a goal from the locker room? Son of a gun, ESPN. Oh, man. But we'll see. We will see. Okay. But yeah. So far, though, this game has been a very, very good game. I mean, these teams, it's been a tale of two periods. First period was all Utah. Second period was a lot of Penguins hockey. So, we will see. Okay. Man. But yeah, let us see. Let us see. Okay. Man. But yeah. The nice thing is, after this game, the Penguins will be getting Gino back for the Avalanche on Monday. Which, by the way, I think we'll be trying to be live for that. It's on the streaming schedule. I'm going to try and pull it off. It's going to be a crazy night to pull it off, but I'm going to try and pull it off. And we'll see. Okay. We're looking back into like the first period, second period, all that fun stuff. But we'll see. Okay. Yeah, just trying to see here, trying to get an idea as to what's going on. Because right now the Penguins are, they're finally getting back on their feet. So we'll see. We will see. But yeah. Okay. Oh man. Oh, Calvin Ridley restructuring his contract. Huh. Nice. Okay. But yeah, we'll see. They're breaking down a lot of film from the Penguins so far. But we'll see. Okay. But yeah, we are just kind of rolling here. Okay. Oh yeah. Right now though, it really, I would say, the way this game is coming down to, it really is going to come down to, will the Mammoth play clean games? Will they play a clean third period? Will they play a third period where they are playing quite literally any more disciplined than an undisciplined 3-year-old? And that's what the Mammoth were playing like. They were playing quite literally like an undisciplined 3-year-old that whole period. I mean, 12 PIMs through 2 periods? At that rate, you're going to give the Penguins another, what? 6 PIMs? Another 3 power play chances? You're talking 18 PIMs and 9 power plays? I mean, you can't be having that. If you want to win games, you can't give your opponent 9 power play opportunities. No matter how bad they are on the power play. So that's my concern when it comes to Utah. Can they manage to play a clean period of hockey? They can play a clean period of hockey, then they can win this game. But if they're going to keep giving up power play chances, now the game is lost. Whew. So that's the big thing. It's also, can the Penguins keep playing well at even strengths? They finally started playing well at even strengths at the end of that period. So we'll see if they can make that happen again. Oh man. But yeah, just kind of seeing here to see if there's anything newsworthy. Okay. But yeah, we will see. Okay. But yeah, the Penguins' upcoming schedule, though, also ain't very easy or forgiving. I mean, the Penguins got Colorado, Carolina, Winnipeg, Carolina. Those are their next 4 games. The only one where I would say the Penguins should relatively easily win is Winnipeg. They probably split Carolina, and Colorado's up in the air. So we'll see. The question is, what do the Penguins do with Gino? I think the Penguins re-sign him. I think they re-sign him to like a 1-year deal, 2-year deal, something like that. You know what I mean? I think that's the wise move. Gino's playing some very good hockey. If he wants to come back for another season, let him. Let him come back under contract. Especially because the way this team is growing, this team could be a very dangerous team next year. The thing is, they gotta fix that mentality of who cares if we give up 4 goals because we're gonna score 5. If they can fix that mentality for the long term, this team is gonna be very dangerous. They are showing flashes this year. I mean, look at their like run right out of the winter break, right out of the Christmas break. They were like the best team in hockey. Problem is, it wasn't sustainable. But if they can keep it sustainable next year, it's possible. It is possible. Okay. But just taking a look here, seeing if we got any other news. Okay. So we are back here in the Delta Center, ready for this 3rd period of action. Should be a fun period here. So we'll see. We'll see what Utah can do here, because the question is it's really gonna be all Utah. It's really all on Utah. Let's see. We got Trolley Johnson saying, how many scores do you think y'all think finals are gonna be? I think it's gonna be somewhere around a 4-2, 5-3. The next goal is going to be pivotal. I think that we're in collision with a 4-2, 5-3 kind of game. I think what might happen is we might end up getting 1 quick goal, followed up by a response, and then then one of those 2 teams gets a goal to go up 4-3, and then gets an empty netter. So I think we are on a collision with an 8-goal game here. I think that we're going to get another 4 goals this period. That's probably my most likely, but I also can see a team, just one of these teams getting 1 goal and then getting the empty netter. That's kind of my suspicion, and it's going to come down to who can get the first goal of the period. That's going to be a big turning point here. Taking a look at the most points by defenseman in NHL history, Erik Karlsson tied Bobby Orr for 12th, and still about 23 points behind Brent Burns, who's still active for the Colorado Avalanche. So still a ways away from that, and Burns still playing hockey, so could be a tough one to pass for Karlsson. But He still has a few more years left to be able to do that. So here we go, ready to roll for this third period of play. Starting in the sin bin is going to be Ian Cole for the Utah Mammoth. I got under 6.5 goals. Thinking about catching out. I would consider it. I would heavily consider it. Because one goal is not going to be all we get this period. We're going to get at least 2, I would think. So the question is, are you comfortable betting on it being 6 goals exactly? I could be totally wrong, but that's my thought. So take what I say with a grain of salt, but that's kind of my initial thought here. So Carlson, from back out behind his own net over to the far side, going to leave it back there for his teammate. Taking around near side to Chinikov on a wing-to-winger. Over to Anthony Mantha, trying to keep it in the offensive end, and the Penguins are going to be offside. So we'll see. Ooh. Excuse me. So here we go. Ready to roll. Taking a look at Carlson again. And here we go. Face off won by the Penguins up to the top of the zone. In the neutral zone. Flipping it back through. Russ sends it into the offensive end. Ricard Raquel chasing into the corner. Sending it around towards the near side. And the puck goes out of play. Well, the Penguins aren't going to take advantage of this power play like this. So let's see. Ready to roll here. 1 minute to go on the power play with 19:15 to go here in this third period. Looking at the faceoff, going to be won by the Mammoth over to the near side, trying to clear it out the other way. Penn's keeping it in the zone. Russ to the point, sending it around from Carlson. Up to the point, Russ to Raquel. Raquel shot, goes wide over to the top of the zone and cleared all the way out. But we got a goal coming up, it looks like, over to the near side. Raquel gonna pass back. Able to connect. We might need to replay that goal horn. Over to the near side. 30 seconds to go in the power play. 18:45 in the period. Into the offensive end. Chinikov to Mantha. Back across down low from Tanger to Chinikov. In front. Chance. Shot. He shoots and scores! Brian Russ puts the Pens ahead 3-2 in the third period. Getting their first lead of the night. And just like that, the Penguins getting a pivotal third goal, going 2 for 6 on the power play tonight. That is a way to do it. A beautiful job for Brian Rust. Oh my gosh, that's your way to do it. Tanger, Chinikov setting him up. That's Tanger's 800th career point. He finally got it. He finally got the milestone. We've been talking weeks about this. He finally did it. So here we go, over to the top, or over to the new defensive end. The Penguins sending it across wing to wing, up through center, into the offensive end. They'll send it. Giving chase now over to the near side. Here come the Mammoth. Sean Dursey with the puck now. Passing it across into the offensive end, giving chase on down over to the top of the zone. Mammoth wing to wing, Dursey sending it down low and into the corner. That was fast goal. I just scored and cashed out. Oh my gosh. Let's see. No, it's I want to be an American idiot. I want to be an Ottawa Senator. Oh my gosh. That's good, Pesco. So here we go, the Mammoth through the neutral zone back into their own end, trying to create some room. Man, Picadre saying I just took under 6.5. Oh! That's a gutsy play. That is saying essentially the Mammoth are not going to score. That's essentially saying Stu is going to be perfect the rest of the way, which I hope you're right. I hope that Stu is perfect the rest of the way, but I would not mind another goal to get a 4-2 lead. So here we go, into the offensive end, going to be sent by the Mammoth, sending it around Stuart Skinner to the far side. Along the boards, kept in by the Mammoth, punched back out by the Penguins off of Achari. Over to the near side, flipping it back in, the Mammoth. Never mind, the Penguins keeping it in the neutral zone. There's Lizotte, Dewar in there as well, trying to free that puck up on the near side. Along the boards, the Mammoth trying to punch it back into the offensive end. Oh my gosh. Sorry about that. What's good, Gates? Saying go Pens. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So Sergachev going to pass it across. Now going to connect ultimately with Mackenzie Weegar. And the Pens take it back. Lizotte shot gloved. Nice use of the glove there. Achari getting into it with Weegar a little bit there. And Lizotte, just some words. Nothing physical, just some words. Where's the Pens goal? Good, missed it. Oh my gosh. So the Pens goals, they had 1 on a 5-on-3 power play, 1 even strength, and 1 on a 5-on-4 power play. In fact, we'll recap the goals here real quick. Let me just go through that. Because we got, oh my gosh, we had 17 people up in here. Or 15 people, sorry. We got 15 people up in here. So for those who were not here earlier, just briefly, the Penguins goals the 2 goals were Dylan Guenther for the Mammoth, both unassisted. For the Penguins, Anthony Mantha got the 5-on-3 power play goal, assisted by Carlson and Chinikov. Then Tommy Novak by Parker Wotherspoon and Anthony Mantha on the assist. Then a power play goal for Brian Rust, assisted by Raquel and Chinikov. So actually, Chris Letang is still looking for his 800th point, because that was not an 800th point. So a shot for the Penguins, not going to go. Up to the top of the zone, Slaviyov to the point. Shot goes right back again. And in front, shot around. Not able to connect along the near side. When do I think Crosby's coming back? He's looking good, but I don't think they bring him back until the first of 2 against Carolina. The last game of the road trip, if that. If not that game, then maybe Winnipeg. But he's going to be starting in the next couple games. Just give it a couple more games. The Pens are going to get Gino back for Colorado on Monday. So I'm looking forward to that. His suspension will finally be over. But here we go. The Penguins through center, passes intercepted and deflected back by the Mammoth. Into the offensive end they go. Oh, definitely not 1st of June. And the Mammoth put it in the net. Son of a gun. Goal there by Ian Cole, and that's going to tie the game up here at 3. Just you guys wait. The scoreboard will update. Ian Cole punching it right by Stuart Skinner. So unfortunately for those who did take under 6.5, unfortunately that will not be hitting. Youch. And this is the Penguins falling back into their flaws. One of their biggest flaws is getting complacent. They have an issue of saying, who cares if we give up 4 goals? We'll just score 5. Oh, we gave up 5? That's no big deal. We'll score 6. Oh, you mean they scored 6? 7 goals. What's 7 goals? We could do that. What's good, John? This game's tight like last game we played them? Absolutely. Penguins Mammoth, man. It's always close. So here we go into the near corner along the boards. The Penguins trying to flip it out. I don't think it's all Skinner. And a chance of breakaway. Shot denied. Not able to get a shot off. Nice job by Carcone. But yeah, it was just the Mammoth just caught the goal before you joined, John. But yeah, that's the problem. Is I don't think it's all Stu. I think part of it is the defense in front of him. Just like the defensive philosophy just is not that of let's defend half the time. Half the time it is, but it feels like half the time it's not. Half the time it's like let's just score because we can score, and they don't score. So that's the thing, is that when Stuart Skinner is faced with 5 to 10 high pressure chances a game, there's only so much you can do. You know what I mean? There you go. You had the Blues game last night. That's cool, man. That is awesome. I think I saw the images you sent. Wasn't it the Oilers game? So here we go to the near side. Shot by Chinikov. Going to be frozen up by Vemelka. Yeah, I mean, that's what I noticed when the Pens were struggling, is that their defensive philosophy was, who cares? We don't need to help our goalie defend, because if they score 6, we'll score 7. Yes, sir, Jeffrey. Let's go Pens, baby. Sergachev over Tanger. Well, Tanger still doesn't have that point. Tanger is still waiting on that point. By the way, assists on that Ian Cole goal did come back. It was Alexander Kerfoot and Kevin Stenlund. But we'll see here. We are looking forward to what should be a good rest of the game here. The Penguins desperately needing this game, though, because both the Blue Jackets and the Isles won tonight. So the Penguins needing this game here. So here we go, into the corner. The Pens trying to send it around along the near side boards. Flipping it up the other way. In all the way out. Played by Vemelka. Taking it back in behind the net. Here comes Mikhail Sergachev. Up through center.
At the far side of the ice, he's going to dump it into the offensive end. Played by the Penguins. Over to the far side. And they're going to send it all the way up to Melka, playing that puck over to the near side, giving it off to Mackenzie Weegar. How's it looking right now? Can they make a comeback? The Penguins have been playing well. The Mammoth had the game in the first period, and then this has been a back and forth third so far. It really is anyone's game. The next goal is going to be huge. So here we go, over to the near side, flipping it up through center, Mantha into the offensive end. Wait a minute, didn't I just call this? I just called this third period. I said one team's gonna get a goal, and there's gonna be a quick response, and then we're gonna be waiting for that 4-3 goal. I literally called this. I quite literally called it. So down low, the Mammoth from the point near side, puck goes out of play. Nice job, Solovyov. They're not gonna get a penalty on him, are they? He used his body to block it. Oh, are they? They're not sending him to the sin bin, are they? Oh no. Okay, no, it doesn't look like they are just yet. That was concerning because they like pointed at Solovyov, and I'm like, oh no. Remember I see him? I don't have cable to watch, so I'm just listening to this. Well, hey man, it's because of people like that I help with this channel. You know, I try to provide the best play-by-play I can, provide my own angle, all that fun jazz. But yeah, I mean, that's the thing. The Penguins right now, I kind of called it. Like, not to toot my own horn, but like I kind of legitimately called it before the third period. I'm like, it's either gonna be one team is gonna get a goal and then eventually, you know, get the empty netter, or we're gonna get a goal, a quick response, and then sweat out that 4-3 goal, and that's gonna be what determines the game. Well, sure enough, we got the Penguins goal, we got the quick response, and now we're sweating out that 4-3 goal. So, that's kind of crazy. You always do Pens games? This is my first time here. I try to do as much as I can. It's always tough with my schedule. I bowl Tuesday nights. I'm at the church Thursday nights, so it's always tough on those kind of days. But I try to do as much as I can for Penguins hockey. And other hockey around the rest of the NHL. Like earlier today, we did the Senators taking on the Ducks. And like tomorrow, we actually got the Blues game tomorrow, John. We have the... who are they playing? The Jets, isn't it? Blues Jets? Yeah. And then I believe we also got Maple Leafs Wild on deck. Where you from? I'm from the Berg. Let's go Penguins, baby. Oh, man. We're taking a look at the Pens. Back-to-back weekend coming up here. The Jets and the Canes. That's going to be next weekend, presumably. So, we'll see. Taking a look at the Penguins' opportunities there. A nice job off the skate of Weegar, really. But we'll see. 13-11 to go here in regulation. Yeah, it's at 2 Central, 3 Eastern on NHL Network for the Blues game. We'll be live for that. Let's go Blues, baby. A bucket list. Oh, bro, it is an awesome experience. In fact, if you want an idea as to what it's like at a Pens game, I actually did a game day vlog of the Penguins versus Blues game back in October. I was down at PPG Paints. We were like right on the glass. So if you want an idea as to what it's like, man, I'd highly recommend checking that video out. I ended up getting right on the glass in the second and third period, and we were like 2 rows off the glass in the first. It was awesome. So we got a whistle here. Looks like they're gonna say offside. But yeah, I mean, it's an awesome experience, man. Absolutely an awesome experience. I think I'm busy, unfortunately. I've stopped by in the start of the stream. Yeah, man, we'll be live, bro. We'll be live for that, and then we'll be live later on in the evening for Maple Leafs Wild. Unfortunately, we won't be able to cover Austin Matthews because of Radko Gudas, but yeah, I actually got to 2 Pens games this year. I didn't do a game day vlog at the second one because I was up in the upper decks. I was up in the upper bleachers, or not like the bleachers, but like the nosebleed second deck. It was Pens Blue Jackets back in January in Pittsburgh. There's not a bad seat in the house. Not a bad seat in the house at PPG Paints. And in terms of the expense, it really varies. Like the tickets that we got them for like $150, but it was early season, interconference matchup. That's not a big rivalry. And it was before the Penguins were like, oh my gosh, the Penguins are actually good. It was it might just be like a little hot streak. Here we go. To the near side, the Penguins intercepted out of the defensive end. Shea gonna connect Novak into the area behind the net of Amelka. There's Achari and Lazat. Up to the top of the zone, Carlson over to Wotherspoon. Wotherspoon in front, shot, loose in front, he scores! No, hold on. No, Achari puts the Pens ahead again. Let's freaking go, baby! Let's go! The Penguins taking the lead. Yes, sir, John. Yes, sir. I love having the goal horns automated, bro. That is awesome. It is an amazing feeling. Oh, man, your TV's a few seconds behind. Oh, bro, like, my TV is behind my own scoreboard. Like, my own scoreboard is ahead of my TV. It's hilarious. You'll learn that a lot. You'll learn that a lot as you watch the channel, is that I'll be calling, and then all of a sudden the goal horn will go off. I'll call the goal like 20 seconds later. It's crazy how much of a delay there is, but the scoreboard automatically updates through ESPN APIs. The TV does not. But I want to make sure I can focus on the game and not have to worry about updating manually. So, now Parker 2, yes sir, yes sir. Taking a look real quick at the assists on that goal real quick, actually. They should be back. Assist by Parker Wotherspoon and Erik Karlsson. Gonna get the two helpers on that Noel Acciari goal. So now the ball's in Utah's court. Can they respond quick? Or are the Penguins gonna take this lead and hold on and never look back? And that's gonna be the big question that we need to get an answer to here. Man. Let's see, what do you prefer, close up or high up? I love hitting close. The horn isn't bad when you're close, man. Like, I love it. In fact, when I would watch ECHL games out in Fort Wayne, Indiana, the Fort Wayne Comets, I would deliberately sit on the end with the horn because it was just an awesome experience. Oh, man. Actually, fun thing is, the horn I have, it's all set up for free. I just literally downloaded some YouTube videos of goal horns for this year, cut out everything that was not the horn, and then just have that as a file on my computer that plays automatically when a team scores. So, you can see the action, plays develop, whatever you feel like strategy. That's why I don't like watching hockey close on the sides. I love watching hockey close on the ends. Like, if you're on the ends, you can see those long developing plays as well. I never been to the Berg. What's worth it seeing out there if I make that drive? I rock a PA, but I ain't left New York in a long time. Well, Permane Bros is a Pittsburgh staple. Fries and coleslaw on the sandwich or the wings. Obviously, Penguins games are a big thing. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, you could actually skate on the Penguins practice ice if you go ice skating, if you're up north in the Cranberry area. At the Lemieux Center. There's a lot of stuff. I mean, there's a lot of stuff downtown. Heinz History Center. If you're into plays, there's stuff like Heinz Hall, the Benedum Center. There's a whole lot of stuff. Definitely, if you're first time to Pittsburgh, I would recommend the incline. Getting up to the top of Mount Washington and just overlooking the city is a very cool thing to do. There's a lot of nice stuff out there. There's a lot of nice stuff downtown, and even in the surrounding areas. So, but yeah, over to the near side, the Pens trying to get that puck in the offensive end. Also, I'm not sure if you're a casino guy, but they do have a nice casino down there, the Rivers. We go on occasion, not every time, but it's nice down there. It's a nice area. And the stadiums, apart from the Penguins, the Steelers and the Pirates literally are neighbors. They are quite literally neighbors. And Connor saying, hey from NC, grew up close to Columbus. Need Utah to win for the Jackets' sake. I think we're at odds a little bit there, Connor. The Penguins need this win because the Blue Jackets won. Also, the Islanders, but still. Oh, man. So the Mammoth to the near side, and they're going to be offside. Man. Yeah, ends are good, but again, you're close to the net, but far from the other. Yeah, I mean, but size of glass can distort the view of the other end. Exactly. That's the thing. Is that if you're gonna be close and you want to watch the plays develop, you want to be straight on the end because you can see the plays develop. It's tough to see when the puck goes in at the other end, but you can see the way the plays are developing and track that puck.
You need to have the depth perception to be able to do that. But if you have the depth and the depth tracking to do that, that's no problem. That's why when I go to a hockey game, I try to go on the ends as close as I can go, while still being reasonable on the price. And for Penguins games, it really just depends. Parking's not bad, like $40 for right across from the stadium or like around the stadium. It's not bad parking wise. But, you know, the tickets can get a little pricey depending on, you know, whoever's gouging, who's in town. Is it a big rivalry? Is it Pens Flyers? You know what I mean? Is it like the playoff push? Are the Penguins in the mix at the end of the season? Or is it the beginning of the season when games aren't as in high demand? Because, well, there's 82 games. Who cares about game 7? Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, I definitely recommend, if you get to a game, I definitely recommend getting to one. I mean, I can't recommend it enough. It's awesome. It is absolutely awesome. So, that's kind of my big thing. You know, I love watching hockey. I want to see if the Penguins make the playoffs. I want to see if I can make it work to get down to a game. Because I have seen playoff ECHL hockey in person. I have never been to an actual NHL Stanley Cup playoff game. I would love to go to one of those games. Utah's sure cooling off lately. Good for the Pens. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is a good thing. But also, the Western Conference just isn't as good in general. Let's see. I was at the Igloo in 92. Lemieux, Yager, and co. won back-to-back cups. Yes, sir. I remember watching the TV when the Pens won their back-to-back in, was it 2016 and 17 against the Sharks and the Predators, I believe, respectively. I remember watching those on the TV. But, like, I never actually got down to a game for the finals or even the playoff runs. Like, I would love to be able to watch a Stanley Cup playoff. Not necessarily even a finals. Just a playoff game. You know what I mean? Like a first round, second round. Absolutely. Oh, man. Let's see. Pricing and parking are all team and are even city dependent going to games so much. Oh, yeah. It's so much fun. So much fun. Bro, when a Crosby picked display case from Tim Hortons at the trading card event a few weeks ago. I was so pumped. Oh my gosh, that's awesome. I had a feeling you were gonna win. They were gonna call your name. That's awesome, man. That is absolutely awesome. You know, I actually got a couple of puck little display things for the baby Penguins. Sharks 16, Predators 2017. That's what I thought. That's what I thought it was. Man, I agree. West is soft compared to the East. Exactly. Yo, what's good, Blue Jay? What's good? I mean, that's just the thing, is that the East is more parodied. The West is more top-heavy. Out of the West, Colorado is dangerous to anyone. Same with Dallas, same with Minnesota. But the East is eating itself alive. Left and right, so many teams are just in parity with each other, and we got a penalty. Hold on. This is a big penalty here. The Penguins might be going to the sin bin, or is it? Yep. I think it's going to be Connor Dewar. We'll see. We'll see. We have a penalty coming up, though. Yeah, I mean, that's exactly what it is. That the West does not cannibalize itself. The East does. If everything were balanced, then, you know, we would see a lot different. But, hold on. Waiting on the call. Hold on. Parker Wotherspoon going to the sin bin. That means the Utah Mammoth are going to be going on to the power play. If the work thought we beat the Sharks, I knew we win. Yeah, I mean, that's awesome. My nephew B-Day left early to go to the trading card event they did. That's awesome, man. Not that you left your nephew's birthday party early, but, like, it's awesome that you won that, bro. Pacific Division's a bit weak so far with Vegas and Oilers struggling. Absolutely. That division is wide open. Absolutely wide open. I mean, there's a case. Oh, Wotherspoon's coming out of the bin. So it's now going to be Dewar going to the sin bin. Which was Jersey, we can't complain. Hey, man, it still is awesome, though. It still is awesome. But yeah, I mean, that's what it is. That the Pacific Division, there's a case that the Sharks could even win that division. It's that crazy. The Kings, the Sharks, those two legitimately have a chance. It's ridiculous. So here we go to the far side. The Mammoth shot denied. Not going to make it quite to the net. And that puck gets cleared all the way out by the Penguins. Well, the Sharks and Predators beat the Blues on their cup runs in 2016 and 17. Ooh, wow. So the Blues were the gatekeepers. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, the Ducks are probably going to come away with it, but there is a reasonable argument for the Kings and even the Sharks. I think it probably does come down to the Ducks just because games in pocket over Vegas, over Edmonton. But I could see a reality where those two teams both could pull off the win. Yeah, I mean, the thing is with the Ducks, the question is, are the Oilers and the Vegas Knights just going to keep destroying themselves from the inside out? If they keep doing that, then the division is handed off easily. So, I can't believe 2016 was 10 years ago, bro. I honestly, cannot believe that it has been now almost a full 10 years since Pittsburgh has won any championship in the Big Four sports. Now, they did win a championship in U.S. soccer with the Riverhounds this last summer. But in terms of MLB, NFL, and NHL, it's been almost 10 years. It's been 9 years as of this Stanley Cup. Or this coming Stanley Cup. So from the top of the zone, Dursey, wing to wing, to the point, shot, not gonna make it to the net. And a down Mammoth is Crows. He took a brunt. Was he hit by friendly fire? Ooh, man. Crows really having trouble getting up here. Oh my gosh. The staff coming out there. We'll see here. He's getting a lot of help. He had a little bit of trouble getting to his feet. He is getting off under solely his own power, though, which is good. That is good for Crows. Let's see. Let's keep score 4-3. Well, hey, we'll see, man. We'll see, P. Cadre. Or P. Cadre. I hope this year we get in the playoffs. Yeah. I mean, the thing is, and you guys will see this, I am going to be getting a Penguins inflatable costume for the playoffs. If the Penguins make the playoffs. And I'm going to be calling games as the inflatable Penguin. Just for the fun. Because it's playoff hockey. So, just you guys wait. The Pittsburgh Riverhounds, I'm talking. I think they're USL? I think they're USL. Yeah, USL. Man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna do it. I am going to do it, Kyoko. Don't worry. I'm gonna make sure I do it. I found this costume on Amazon, and I'm gonna get it, assuming the Pens clinch a playoff spot. Will I go to the game in the Penguin suit? Maybe. The Canucks fan is not too exciting for me, but hopefully in 3 to 4 years they can contend. I mean, the Canucks really do have a lot of ability, especially the way that they're falling right now. They got a good shot at getting, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on his name? The kid out of Penn State. I mean, got a bit of a fight breaking out here. Power play did expire. Oh man. From Penn State. Oh my gosh. Yes, McKenna. I keep wanting to say McKinnon, but I know it's not McKinnon. My mind just keeps saying McKinnon, but it's not McKinnon. So, I mean, that's the thing, is that is a bright spot. Pair that with all the other assets that you guys got from, the Quinn Hughes trade, from the other trades that were made at the deadline. There's a decent ability there. There is a decent ability there for the future. Oh, man. Yes, McKinnon's on call. I know McKinnon's an NHL player. That's why it doesn't make sense for me to say McKinnon. But that's always the name that comes to mind when I'm thinking of McKenna. I always think McKinnon. Oh my gosh. It's awesome. When did they win it? The Riverhounds won it back in, I think it was November or something like that. October, November, something like that. So Pittsburgh did win a national championship this year. But it was in soccer. So over to the far side, puck gets cleared out, under 6 to play here in the third. And moving it up now through center to the near side. Gonna be back in behind the net. Solovyov trying to get there, but right there is gonna be Dylan Gunther as well, tied up to the far corner. Now to the top of the zone to the near side to Mackenzie Weegar. Back to the point to Weegar again. Down low along the boards. And over to the far side. And shot not going to make it to the net. Nice use of the body there by Connor Clifton. Over to the near side. Under 5.5 to go. Top of the zone from Weegar. Along the boards. Now back down again to the near side to the point. Weegar trying to go back up to the point again to the far side on a pass. Trying to move it around back to the point there for Logan Cooley, who did exit this game earlier with a leg injury. Thankfully, he's back. Shot from the point, not going to go. McKinnon's a plus 57 so far this year. Yeah, that's insane. That is crazy. I'm going to get it from Amazon. And the Penguins ice the puck. Son of a gun. 5 minutes to go here in regulation. But I found it on Amazon. I'm going to get it off Amazon. I got Prime, so it'll be there in a couple days from the time I order it. So I'm going to wait until the Penguins officially make a playoff spot before I drop like the $40 on the suit. But then I'm going to get it. And we're going to do it. Also, Blues trades. I don't like trades. Volk and Shen. Yeah, I mean, it is tough, but you guys did get a good... The thing is, I don't know that Shen and Falk were going to be there for the rebuild. I don't see a reality where they stick through a rebuild. You know what I mean? Let them get their ring somewhere else. Get the assets for them while the trade value is high. And then use that to leverage, players, leverage picks. And the puck goes out of play. So 4:50 to go here. Still 4-3. Penguins clinging on. They're living on a prayer right now. In what should be a good finish to this game. Briefly, real quick, let's take a look. The Vegas Golden Knights up 4-0 with 6:07 to go in the second over the Blackhawks. And the Kraken up 3-1 over the Vancouver Canucks. Ay, ay, ay. Well, Seattle's back. Exactly. They are older. Oh, my gosh. It's like $40. It's like $40, but I'm going to get it because, like, the memes. Just imagine calling a Penguins game as an inflatable penguin. Like, just imagine all the clips that would come from that. You can't leave the league with a plus 57 rating. Yeah, that is, like, absolutely bonkers, bro. That is absolutely bonkers. I mean, it's Colorado, so it's not as unbelievable, but, like, it still is unbelievable. Gino will be back for the game against Colorado. He will be back for Monday. This is the fifth game of a 5-game suspension. He was suspended after the Buffalo game. He's missed Philadelphia, Boston, Carolina, Vegas, Utah. That is 5 games that he has missed. So he'll be back for Colorado. Hopefully Sid can come back by the Carolina game on Wednesday. If not then definitely I would say by the 21st. But he's looking really good. One Pens, one more goal. Yes, sir. We want one more goal. I thought Chicago was going to upset. Oh, it's great news for the Penguins. Absolutely. I think that's one of the reasons that they've struggled during that 5-game suspension. And during even the Buffalo game. You know what I mean? I think that's part of the reason. But Parker Wotherspoon getting the Edgar Snyder and Associates hit of the game, according to Pittsburgh Sportsnet. Always love rocking Wotherspoon as he plows this dude into the boards. And just literally rides him onto the ice. Oh my gosh. Physical game too. 28 hits to 21 favoring Utah. We got a far side zone draw in the Pens defensive end. And Malkin and Larkin out. My centers in fantasy. Oy. Oh, he's incredible this year, man. He is like aging in reverse. Football team Steelers. The Steelers, and I also out of the NFC pool for the Rams. It's a weird one, but yes. Long story short, I had a lot of Rams players on fantasy, so like I watched a lot of Rams football and just like started loving the team. So I started like loving McVay as a coach and just the team in general, Cooper Kupp especially. Unfortunate now that he's on Seattle, but we do play-by-play for the NFL as well when the NFL season gets back into full swing. So here we go, Lizotte with the puck at center. Trying to move it on into the offensive end. Going to send it back in behind Vejmelka. Taken back there by the stick of Barrett Hayton. through center and into the offensive end. Potential cause of a high stick. No call there on that one, though. Don't know if there was a high stick or if it was a little bit of acting. Trivia question. Let me see. Trivia question. 3 longest NHL playoff droughts as of a couple days ago when I saw this. All 3 in playoff spots. So they might end. Can you name all 3? Well, I know Buffalo? Isn't Detroit in there? A nice shot there. And a little bit of extracurricular. McBain getting into it a little bit with Raquel. You're a Packers fan. Bro, we got so many Packers fans on this channel. So, you are one of many. You are one of many. Not that you're not special, but like there was a lot of Packers fans. I mean, we got Tromboner. We got, I can't remember. No, is Sports a Packer fan? I can't remember. But like, we also got a couple Grossi raids. Like, we got Grossi raid last year. So like that also, you know. You follow Pirates baseball? I do follow Pirates baseball. I haven't followed it as much in the past couple of years because, well, quite frankly, ownership didn't really care about the team. Do I know the third? Oh my gosh, I don't know that I could tell you. I couldn't tell you offhand. But yeah, I hadn't followed as much as the last couple of years because ownership was like not doing anything to win. But now that ownership is trying to build a contender. Oh, the fans wanting a penalty, not gonna get one there. That was a touchy play. There was a down Mammoth player, and now into the offensive end, Novak passing in front, shot! Not gonna go. Over to the near side, shot again, not able to fully connect. And back down into the corner. Danger area coming out now, here come the Mammoth. But yeah, for sure though, like I've been watching the Pirates a lot more now because they're actually trying to put together a team for Skeens. Because Bob Nutting's not stupid. He knows that if Paul Skeens walks, he loses his cash cow. And Paul Skeens, he ain't in it for the money. He's in it for the ring. I watched USFL a little bit here and there. I'll watch a little bit of it. But it's not really like one of the big things, especially this year because hockey's done well for the channel. So, you know, I try to keep up with what's going to do well for the channel that I also enjoy. So yeah, that's kind of where I sit with that. Is I'll kind of watch it on occasion, but it's just not something I like go crazy into. Because, you know, you guys have been enjoying the hockey content, so I want to give you guys what you guys are going to enjoy as well. Because much love to all Ians who come in and make these streams what they are. Now, O'Hare and Ozuna and Soto were great pickups. Absolutely. I mean, they have been making a lot of good moves this year. Granted, it's all to keep Paul Skeens happy and not wanting to leave. But yeah, in fact, actually over there we got a couple of bobbleheads, a couple of Pirates figurines. I can't remember who that one was. There's a couple of them over there. One of them's out of frame, one of them's in frame. And also, it's actually what my signature hat is. It's a Pirates hat. The Pirates luau hat from this last summer. Yeah, I thought that would have been a penalty too. That was kind of crazy. Like, the fact that they got him down immediately after that should have been a penalty. And Utah's going to ice the puck. Wow. Utah is actively imploding after that. Wow. Well, Carol Vamelko made it back up because he tripped up one of the Penguins players big time, so that makes up for it. Oh, man. But yeah, let's see here. Let's see. 2:36 to go here in the third period. The Penguins clinging on to a lead. Living on a prayer. Face off in the offensive end. Let's see. Oh, it's the Ducks. That makes sense. A breakaway shot goes high and out of play. Okay, Carcone almost just tied this thing up. I also picked up Urquidez starting pitching. I'm glad Pirates are... I don't know that it's they're trying to win. The trying to win is a byproduct of trying to keep Skeens happy. Like, that's really what it is. I can see through Bob Nutting. He's trying to keep Skeens happy. And if it results in winning, woohoo, it results in winning. But, like, he's trying to keep Skeens happy as his first priority. I honestly think he could care less. I think he couldn't care less if the Pirates were winning championships or not. If I'm being completely honest. But he wants to keep his cash cow happy, which I can respect. Which is, if it results in a winner, hey, I'm on board for it. Maybe the boom in revenue will teach him, hey, if you spend money in your team, the fans will respect you and want to support your organization. Wow, it's almost like that's how sports are supposed to work. Oh my gosh. But yeah, the Sabres, I think, are definitely going to, they're definitely going to break it this year. There's no doubt they don't. There's not a snowball's chance in hell they don't. Buffalo's around 15 and 16 years missed. Yeah, it's something like that. It's something crazy in the mid-teens. So the Pens trying to clear the zone, kept in by Utah. 130 seconds to go here in this one. That puck gets cleared out, and Utah got to give chase. Used to be Sabres fan. That goal Brett Hull scored, though. Oh, my gosh. And Utah pulling the goalie. Karel Vejmelka is in the bench. So over to the near side, up to the top of the zone. Sent around from Cooley to the far side at the point. Cycling it around Sergachev along the boards. Back to Sergachev again. Sending it around to the point. The Pens trying to break it up. They're going to force Utah out of the zone. Giving chase, that's going to be, I believe, Schmaltz. Over to Sergachev. Passing up to the far side into the offensive zone for the Mammoth. Shot going to get redirected in front of the net over to the near side. Top of the zone, Gunther. Shot going to be gloved by Stuart Skinner. 1:25 to go in regulation. I was surprised when Parayko declined the trade to Sabres. I guess he didn't want to try and win a cup. That kind of boggled me a little bit. That really did kind of boggle me a bit. Especially with 16 teams making it each year and the 24 COVID bubble. Yeah. Yeah, like, bro, how do you miss on the COVID bubble year? Like, that's crazy, bro. So Utah gonna take their time out here with 85 seconds to go. Because they ain't winning, maybe the Bills will win one year soon. Well, the thing is, we'll see. So you know the crazy thing about the Bills? There's something crazy about the Bills that I still can't fathom. Their stadium. Hear me out. Every other stadium just about is either in a designed stadium area where it's like off in its own area set up for a stadium, or it's in the city. In Buffalo, it is quite literally like you're driving down a US route, like US Route 66 or something like that, around neighborhoods, and oh, there just happens to be a football stadium there. Like, what? Excuse? Like, oh my gosh. Like, if I'm being honest, man, because I went to Buffalo a couple summers ago. That was something that was like, what? This is odd. Just kind of, you don't expect a stadium to be in like a suburban, like, neighborhood type of area. A nice little save there by Stu. Gonna freeze that puck up again. Oh yeah, heard you had a girlfriend there, here. Ooh boy, that's cool, John. That's cool. But yeah, that's like the crazy thing about Buffalo, though. And then you got KeyBank Center, which is just downtown. Which I did get a chance. I did go into KeyBank Center. In fact, actually, I do have a Sabres hat with the like gray and red logo. Can't remember what they call it, but I have a hat with that logo on it for the Sabres, because every time I go to a stadium, I love to get some sort of memorabilia from that stadium. So, like, I have a Bills Salute to Service hat when it was on sale over the summer. I have that Sabres hat because I went to KeyBank Center as well. And a couple of pins, too. I have a couple pins. Like, I have a Bills pin and a Sabres pin. So, I got all that kind of stuff. Bills play in the middle of a dump. Bro, the Bills play in like the middle of a suburban neighborhood. It's like, so there's Joe's house, there's Bill's house, and there's the Bills Stadium. You can't miss it. Like, it's crazy. Oh man, but up to the point here, Utah. 1 minute remaining in the period. 1 minute from Sergachev. Check the new stadium. The new stadium, we were there when it was going up, and it was like actually like looking kind of cool. And from the videos I'm seeing, it does look awesome. So over to the far side. I hope when they play Green Bay, well, hey, we'll see. We will see.
So now over to the far side. Shot goes wide around the near side again. Under 40 to go. The Mammoth getting hungry. Gunther, pass, shot, loose in front of the net. Cleared out by the Penguins, going for it all, and it's going to be iced as he misses the net. 27.9 to go here in regulation. Man. So we'll see. Stuart Skinner with a chance to kind of just figure it out here. She's a Blues ice girl, huh? Huh. But yeah, man, bro, you can't make this up. We got 38 votes in the poll in the chat. We are exactly 50-50. I have never seen that before in the poll. We have run the poll for every game. I have never seen it at that many votes and exactly 50-50. Like, that is crazy. Did you know the only team that hasn't won on the road versus the Bills? I do not. I do not. But yeah, like, that is kind of crazy, though. Like, that many votes, and we're exactly 50-50. A little bit of extracurricular there. Breaking out between, who is that? That's going to be Logan Cooley and, is that Parker Wotherspoon? Breaking out a bit. Nice check by Wotherspoon. Over to the far side. Shot going to get deflected around the near side. Cooley. 20 seconds to go. Sergachev to the far side. Back Sergachev. Shot going to go wide. It's 13 to go. Over to the far side. Backing around in front. Shot. Nice save by Stu. Well, thank you, Blue. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, Blue Jay. I try to do the best coverage I can. I love it when we have the chat going back and forth. Sometimes it distracts from the call, but I just love that interaction. Man, I did not know that the Packers are the only team to have not won in Buffalo. That is crazy. That is like legitimately bonkers. But here we go. 9.2 seconds to go here. 29 shots on goal for the Mammoth, 23 for the Penguins. Pittsburgh nursing a 4-3 lead. Utah with the extra attacker. Far side circle faceoff over to the right of Stuart Skinner. Ready to take the draw here is going to be Barrett Hayton. They'll be taking it against, it was Noah Chari, now it's going to be against Blake Lizotte in a critical faceoff. 10.2 seconds on the clock. Faceoff going to be one battled for, bodies colliding on it up to the point. Working with it 5, 4, near side 3, 2, 1. Shot goes wide, and the Pittsburgh Penguins are going to walk away victorious. Final score on this one, everybody grab your partner, swing them round and round. It's time for a good old Southern hoedown as everybody's getting involved with everybody. But the Pittsburgh Motherland Penguins end up getting the 4-3 road victory. A much needed victory for this team because of the entirety of the playoff race. Not to mention the fact they've been in a skid. They needed a get-right game. Now they go to Colorado. Yeah. Talk about marching into your own grave. But teams have marched into Colorado and done the unexpected. Look at Nashville. Nashville provided them one of their only home regulation losses. So Pittsburgh just needs to channel their inner Nashville. Just be Nashville. Oh man, only NFL team we can't win on the road? That's crazy. Impressive win for the Pens? Absolutely. The way this game started, I thought, oh boy, here we go, long game. This is going to be like a 6-3 kind of game. Pens are going to drop it. But no, 4-3 Pens win. I am pleasantly surprised. I am actually pleasantly surprised by that. So a big, big win for the Penguins tonight. And they'll be able to carry that momentum hopefully into Colorado and just mop the floor with an angry Gino. You don't want to face the Mad Russian when he's mad. I'll just say that, Colorado. I'll just say that, Avalanche. You don't want to face the Mad Russian when he is ticked off. And I guarantee you he got ticked off by that suspension. Especially after seeing Radko Gudas essentially, almost intentionally, go after Austin Matthews' knee and only get 5 games. You know that the Mad Russian is going to be coming back mad. So it is tough. Best carry of the Pens. To a sense, there were some penalties that were suspicious. There were, but I feel like one of those goals for Utah in the first place was a little touchy. Granted, there wasn't enough to overturn a challenge, but it was a little touchy. But we'll see. Thank you, Jeffrey. Always appreciate it, man.
The next stream, let me go ahead and take a look at the streaming schedule real quick. We do release these on YouTube every week, either on Wednesday to Friday, somewhere in that time frame. But the next stream will be tomorrow, 3 p.m., Blues at Jets. And then tomorrow at 7 p.m., it's actually going to be Ducks at Canadians, not the Toronto at the Wild game. Then again on Monday, we'll be live at 7 p.m. for the Bruins and Devils. And then at 9:30 for the Pittsburgh Mother-Loving Penguins taking on the Colorado Avalanche. And then again on Wednesday for the Pittsburgh Mother-Loving Penguins, again taking on the Carolina Hurricanes. So the next two Penguins games, this is your one-stop shop for them. Man, let's see. We need to win some Western games, though. Pens don't do good versus them. Well, hey, a big game coming up on Monday, Colorado. We'll be live for it. We'll be there. So make sure you guys either be there or be square. And next stream in general for hockey is going to be tomorrow afternoon, 3 p.m. Eastern, for the Blues and Jets. But that being said, I do think I am going to wrap up coverage here so I can get myself a nice little rest before going to the church tomorrow morning to volunteer. So if you guys did enjoy the stream, drop a like, drop a sub. Always appreciate it, man. Much love to audience. Glory be to Christ. And I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Peace out and have a good one.